Wait, I heard Ireland. Do you know what this thing is? Don't say it.
I do
but
not.
You know what it,
It's
No, I don't know.
incredible.
it is the coolest thing.
Photos, all kinds of stuff are
They
involved in
did
this.
the coolest thing. You're gonna love this.
Right, somebody send me what it is.
I'll text you.
What
I'll
do you think
text you.
the resale market is going to be on
Oh
these
my
tickets?
God, unbelievable!
It might be big.
Yeah. Secondary market. Go
You
to
never
Vivid
know.
Seats. You can get in. We're going to put on a really good show, and we've never done this before.
Never.
A private live show.
You can get
podcast.
completely drunk like you did at that remote many years ago.
No recollection of that.
I know.
Literally no recollection of that.
I hope that people from the Reddit page are going to buy tickets because I will open the show and I want to get booed.
Oh,
Well,
I'm sure
why,
we can
no, but
arrange that.
everyone on the Reddit page hates everyone except Mason.
Which is amazing
Which
that
is
Mason
so
somehow
weird.
squeaked by and become like the hero when really if people are getting ripped, Mason should be ripped the most.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why they don't like me.
No, they love you. They
Right,
don't
they
like
don't-
all
You're
of
the
us.
only one they like.
Yeah, but what is it about me that gets me off scot-free and all this?
You're their darling.
Yeah, that's so crazy. To me, I'm like the annoying one.
And John is the really knowledgeable
He
one.
is He's most knowledgeable. He
I know.
wins every year at the Mandy's.
I know. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But that's happening in 8 minutes from right now. ESPNLA.com. Buy your tickets for Saturday, July 26th. The first ever Mason and Ireland 21st birthday private podcast party.
Yes.
21 years.
21.
That's 21 years on this station.
21 years.
How many
on this
years
station.
total?
Well, the first shows we ever did together were in 1993.
Wow.
So
that was pre-OJ.
93. That was pre-OJ.
So 32 years ago.
The longest
Yeah.
running duo in LA radio history because John and Ken retired.
Yeah, Ken, and I think John's just there by himself
I
now.
think so. He's going solo.
Sounds so lonely.
Speaking of OJ, have you seen this trailer for the new Naked Gun?
Yes,
Wallace,
Liam
yes.
Neeson.
And
they
the
flashed a
character.
picture of
they
OJ
Flashed
in
a picture of OJ. in
Oh,
it.
I did see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's really funny.
That
'cause
is good.
OJ's kid is supposedly in
Yeah.
the. Yeah, exactly.
Not OJ's real kid. but
Who's
in the-
playing Priscilla Presley in that?
I don't know.
That's because that's a key role.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're necessarily replacing the role. It's just this continues.
Well, he's got to have a,
so Liam
a love
Neeson
interest.
is the son of
Leslie
Lieutenant-
Nielsen.
But Leslie Nielsen's character was
Lieutenant
Frank
Drubbin.
Drubbin. Yeah,
Drubbin.
Frank Drubbin.
Yeah.
So I'm excited because I loved when the OJ thing first happened. My first, I kind of knew he was a football player, but I remember saying not OJ from Naked Gun.
Yes.
And then everybody explained to me that OJ was so much more than just that.
Yes,
Like a
he
Greek
was.
tragedy.
He had
It
a
was a
whole-
Greek tragedy,
He
Walrus.
had a whole bunch of stuff.
So, Walrus, here's what's going to happen. I got to run to this partner
Uh-oh.
meeting and fill in for Cappy. You can sit here,
Yes.
and if Mace wants to come to you, he can.
Oh yeah.
But you may
and
have
I
to
will,
just
by the way.
You may have to just sit here and be quiet and not piss Mace off because Mad Mace is not something you want to deal with.
Mad Mace has not made
He
an
will tear
appearance
you.
in a really
he
long
will.
time.
What's the thing you always say? Not tear
Lost
down.
a friend.
Well, he lost a friend. Yes.
You lost a friend. Is a
Oh
good one.
yeah, yeah.
not-
Well,
what do you say
Wallace
that we
could
do?
get. You've lost a friend if he gets into Mason's business.
When
That's
we have
true.
meetings, you say I not tear you
Oh,
down.
you know you.
Rip me.
No.
You not tear you down, not rip me.
You
Dress me down.
Yeah,
You
he will dress you
me
down, Walrus.
One of my favorite sayings is seek to understand, not to be understood. And I can seek to understand you all day long, sir.
There's a lot to
That's
understand
A lot
there.
of philosophy there. Damn, that's philosophical.
5 minutes
Walrus.
away. Tickets on sale at ESPNLA.com. And then you have to leave at 2:15.
I do.
I'll be back before then.
Okay, good.
So then is it just Johnny?
No. I think Brian Windhorst is going to be here.
Oh,
I think
beautiful.
DeAndre Ayton is going to be
Oh,
here.
nice.
And I
I think Jake
think
Laravia
Laravia's gonna
or
be here.
Chris. What do
Raging
you
Bull.
call him?
Oh, Jake LaGreca?
yeah,
Yeah.
Jake LaGreca.
Am I allowed to say that to his face?
No.
No.
Why?
It's disrespectful.
He's not even going to play this year.
What
He
are
is
you
gonna
talking
play.
about? We don't have. I mean,
Have
have
you
you
s-
looked at our bench?
Is he going to play more than Bronny?
Yes.
Yes. Jake Laravia will
Yeah,
have
but
more
Bronny scored
minutes
10
than.
points at Summer League.
Yeah, I know.
And he's had that G League game where he scored 30 that
He
one
did.
time.
He did.
Yeah. Am I the only one who thinks Bronny's going to have a long NBA career?
He
No,
might have a
John,
long
I'm
NBA
with you.
career, but it's not going to be a good one.
I think he could be a good guy off the bench.
You think he'll be a rotation player?
I think he's twitch fast. He's got great athleticism. He clearly has pedigree, and I think the guy could be a nice defender off the bench. He just needs it's like everybody else in the league. You need to be able to shoot, and it
If he
looks like
could
that's
just
starting
get
to
an
improve.
extra 4 inches, Walrus.
Twitch fast. I like that.
He is.
Yeah, twitch fast. Yeah, I think. I don't think so, John. I got to be honest. I don't think so.
Right. Most people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people don't.
You
agree
and
with me.
Walrus.
Yeah, but I actually think if Bronny's last name wasn't James, that people would be completely different on how they talk about him.
They wouldn't talk about him.
Right. He'd be able to. He'd be like Caruso.
Yeah.
He
would be unheralded.
He would be able to just kind of work his way up on his own.
All right, coming up next for you, John. I have done it. I have set my lineup for All-Star Friday night, and I want to get your reaction to it.
Okay.
Plus, there is this Paul Skeens trade idea floating around for the Dodgers. Get Bergman to stop in because he's the host of
Blue Review. The Blue Review.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget Friday, West Covina Sportsplex. Root on everybody here for All-Star Friday night. And again, it's 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina. Game starts at 6, but we're broadcasting all day long. It is brought to you by our friends at Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, you just heard Mason talking about Pro Baller, one of the sponsors of the big softball game. They're also the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is a natural, healthier energy drink with 102 milligrams of natural caffeine. You don't get a crash, and it's NSF certified for sport, meaning it's trusted by pro athletes. If you're somebody that needs a pick-me-up in the morning, in the afternoon, to get you through the day, you got to try Pro Baller. It fits into all kinds of activities. If I get up early, sometimes I go play golf, then I come in and do the show. I drink one Pro Baller, and I'm good to go. Right now, you can rep the squad with the limited edition Lakers can. It's purple and gold. It's great looking. And most of all, what's inside the can makes you feel sharper, stronger, and more locked in. Grab the drink that fuels the Lakers. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
It's the event of the summer. All-Star Friday night.
Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
With producer Jorge's home run, it is a final!
The summer event we all wait for. The 7-10 softball game. The listener game. And fun and frivolity.
Press the flesh with us. The West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by Islands Restaurant. Island by your local Paradise Islands Restaurant. The Jaime and Blanca Foundation. We can't wait to press the flesh with Jaime Harin.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
On me when you're not strong.
All right, John, in some year, this song came out or was number one. Brian?
1972, number one hit, Bill Withers.
Oh, such a good song.
So good.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Brian, Walrus says he can sing this song.
Yeah,
Walrus.
I did at my school's talent show.
Did you? Were you like in the singing club?
Please swallow your pride. If I have failed,
okay.
you need to
You're
borrow.
You're legit-ish.
Well, I say is I'm
Ish.
not a singer, but I can
Yeah.
sing. That's without any warm-up.
Right. Yeah,
We
no
note
warm-up. Yeah,
No,
you
no.
nailed it. So, John, officially now, tickets are on sale for our big event, on the 26th of July, something we have never done before, a live show for podcast that will be a private audience with just Mason and Ireland listeners. Laura, are you excited?
I'm excited. I hope I can get to go.
I'm sure we can get
Why
you a
would
pass.
you not get to go?
I don't know. Is there a ticket for Brian and I?
No, we'll
Brian
get you a
and I-
press pass. A lot of
I was
press
like,
are going
you
to be
know what I
covering
mean?
this.
I just want to know, are you guys excited? Because you guys are going to be, like, exposed. Do you know?
What do you mean exposed?
Because it's a sit-down with Brian
Frauds.
over here. No.
How are we not exposed now?
We're kind of exposed every day for a few hours.
Right, but now it's even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's private, no cameras, no this, no that.
We
so
are
you guys
going to
can
say
roll.
stuff that has never been said before.
Exactly. So are you guys excited?
Ireland, you know those stories? Not the ones that you tell, but the ones you don't tell?
Yeah, the
Those-
ones that we tell, the ones we talk
The
about
text?
during the breaks.
When the mics go off, those are the stories
Yeah.
we're going to tell.
I'm
and,
excited.
And one special guest, there are a bunch of special guests, but one special guest is going to be O'Shea Jackson Jr. is going to be there. So he will be part of the show. Again, that's July the 26th. Tickets are on sale right now. Private event with us. And you can get them for $25 right now. Go to ESPNLA.com and buy them up. All right, so Ireland, here is my starting lineup for All-Star Friday night. I want to get your reaction to it. Walrus is here. He won our CHLA auction to be part of Live Imaging Tuesday, so he can react as well. Okay, so leading off, I've decided I'm going to do kind of a Dodgers kind of thing.
Okay.
right, left.
No, not right, left, but I'm going to put power at the top of the lineup.
Okay.
That means that our leadoff guy, third baseman, Brian Cohen.
Hey.
Nice lead off. All right, here we go.
Off.
So Brian, you got to steal some bases now.
I'll bring the cleats.
Yes.
All right.
Shortstop, Jorge Briones,
Briones, yep.
batting second. He's a good shortstop, good player. Good. He was a former MVP. Batting third, once hit 3 home runs in this game. Kirk Morrison, left field.
Okay.
Batting fourth and pitching, because I don't have Ramona this time, so I get him. Brian Kamenetsky is going to pitch for us and bat cleanup.
Nice.
John, you've not seen Brian play, but I'll tell you what, he is really good, and he takes it so seriously.
I think you have him too high up in the order, but keep going.
Number 5 in the lineup, first baseman, former professional athlete, DeMarco Farr,
Okay.
batting 6. In right field, DeAndre Hawkins,
All right.
batting 7th. At second base, George Sedano,
Sedano.
batting, I guess this is it, batting next, center fielder. John, you're going to love this. Center fielder, Steve Mason.
Okay.
Oh.
Don't like you playing center because you have to run.
There is running involved.
You are absolutely going to get hurt playing center field. But who hits after you?
Catcher Michael Funchess, and then DH Laura Romo.
Okay.
So that's the lineup. What do you think?
Well, I think you're going to win.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
But I would take Brian out of the 4 spot, move and hit him right before you, and then move everybody else down 1.
Now, I got to say, of the players on my team, I would say Brian Kamenetsky is number 1 in competitiveness.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And
DeMarco's going to hit the ball farther than he does.
What, Brian? What do you've been at these games? What do you think? Brian Kamenetsky, DeMarco, they both can play.
Both can play. I do like the little edge that BK comes with,
Brian comes mean.
but I feel like DeMarco's going to go yard this year.
You do?
I do.
Did he go? Has he gone yard?
I don't know if he has, but he's
Do you
got one
remember
coming.
when I almost went yard last year?
Yeah, I did.
That was seriously deepest part of the park, John. I came very close to hitting out of the yard.
I think we're gonna have our team is gonna hit the most home runs.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, mercy rule in play. Did we
Mercy
figure it out what it
rule
was?
in play. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
you're hitting DeMarco too low, and you're hitting Brian too high. But other than that, I don't think it's going to matter because I think you're going to win the game.
Me too.
I will
I am
say,
all over it.
Thank you for putting me in that Otani role. That's
Yeah.
a lot of, I appreciate that.
Brian is our
I'll come through for you, Mace. Don't worry.
Brian, your job is just get on base.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's easy. I can do that.
Pressure. Brian, you were probably 3 for 3 last year. You hit the ball.
Yeah, two for 2 the year before, so,
There you go. Brian has never been retired in this game. So there you have it. That's Friday night, All-Star Friday night, West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue, West Covina. And special thanks to our friends at Arrowhead Water. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water, nothing else. So Ireland, the Lakers have like $5.1 million to play with right now.
Right.
And there are a couple of players out there, and one of them that has been – actually, the two of them that have been discussed the most are DeAnthony Melton and Bradley Beal.
I think Bradley Beal is going to the Clippers. And I'm more convinced of it now than ever. Because they traded Norman Powell, in essence, for nothing. They basically didn't want to extend him. So they ran him out of town, and they got John Collins back, so they added a little size. But Collins is in the last year of his deal. I think Bradley Beal's coming to the Clippers because he can get the Norm Powell minutes. He'd be in the backcourt with Harden. I think he's a perfect – now, I would love to see the Lakers get him.
Yep.
But my guess is DeAnthony Melton goes to the Lakers and Bradley Beal goes to the Clippers.
So let's say
guessing.
Perfect world – you can have either one. Who fits better?
Well, Beal has
he
a
can
better
score like
resume.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't play defense. No, he's not a good defender.
Right, but DeAnthony Melton's coming off a pretty serious injury.
But does have a rep for defense.
Yeah, I would take Bradley Beal before I take DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah, me too. Walrus, what about you?
I absolutely agree with John. Bradley Beal's a proven scorer in this league. He could be, a great guy off the bench. You got to bring him in on minimum, though,
They only got $5.1 million.
But yeah, I think it's kind of similar to Ayton. This is a guy who needs to prove that he's good once again.
Yeah. What are your expectations for DeAndre Ayton, Ireland?
Big. Double-double.
He is a double. He's a walking double-double.
Yeah, this is another one of those weird disconnects that I have with other people at the station. We asked Sedano the other day if you had a choice of Clint Capella, Brooke Lopez, Al Horford, or DeAndre Ayton, I would rank DeAndre Ayton 1 on that list. Sedano ranks him 4th. He would rather have anybody but DeAndre Ayton. I'm the opposite. I think DeAndre Ayton is 26 years old. He's playing for his NBA future, like Michael says. He's flamed out in 2 cities. He knows playing for the biggest franchise with the most marketable name. He's going to be on national TV. He's only got a 2-year deal. This is going to set him up for the rest of his career. I think he's going to be great.
Well, this is an interesting question. And the question is, do people really change? So DeAndre Ayton, the full book on him is he's a walking double-double. I think he's been a double-double every year he's been in the league. He has been persistently late for meetings and team flights. There have been locker room outbursts, slamming chairs, throwing tantrums. At one point he was hurt, and he skipped his rehab appointments. And Kendrick Perkins recently labeled him a diva and a cancer in the locker room. He's got a lot to prove, but I think the question is, do people change?
Well, yeah, it happens in sports all the time. I mean, look at Max Muncy. He was out of baseball.
But I'm talking about like the behavioral stuff.
Right. But, I mean, I mentioned Gary Sheffield. I mentioned Rasheed Wallace. It happens. I mean, I would say it's hard. It doesn't always happen, but can it happen? Absolutely.
Right, and I've said about DeAndre Ayton, look, I think he's going to get a double-double. It's the rest of the stuff
right
that is questionable, and I think you're right about this. He's got a show-me contract.
Exactly. He's got 2 years, and it's not a ton of money, and he got a lot of money in the buyout. But this Mace is going to set him up for the rest of his career. So he's going to be 28 years old when this Laker deal expires.
Yep.
Is he going to be a career backup after that, or is he going to reassert himself as the former number 1 overall pick in the draft and be a guy that – because even if he can – in the NBA, if you make $17, $18 million a year –
right,
that's almost average now. Rui makes that. Vanderbilt makes that. I mean, they're all in that 15 to 20 million range. And DeAndre Ayton's trying to get back to that or maybe higher, and this is his last chance. So I think he's going to be good.
You know, what's interesting about this is he's got career earnings of $137 million. You can sit on $137 million and do pretty well for yourself.
Right.
But it's not like he's in a desperation. I've got to prove. I got to win. I got to get my bag. He's got a really big bag already.
Right, but if he wants to set the tone for the rest of his career, he's got to play well. Maybe if it doesn't go well, I think he does go well.
Yep.
He reasserts himself as the starting center for the Lakers.
Right.
That's a great job.
I think the potential is great, and I think the bad habits got to change. What about you, Walrus?
Very enthusiastic about DeAndre Ayton on the Lakers.
Do you agree with Ireland about everything? Is that your job?
I do not.
You just came in to say, I agree with you, John. I agree with John.
That's all right, Walrus, because Mason disagrees with me about everything, so it'll balance.
Right. So
I'll agree when I'll agree. I'll disagree when I disagree. The fact is that, like we've been talking about here, the guy has never averaged under 10 rebounds a game.
Yep.
Pat Riley once said, rebounds win championships, okay?
No rebounds, no rings.
Yep.
Okay. And I agree with John in terms of, I've been saying this myself, like this is the guy's chance to reassert himself in the league. If it doesn't work now, it's probably not going to work moving forward. And like I said to you all yesterday, okay, I'm banking on Michael Thompson getting under this guy.
He's going to mentor.
I think that's a real thing. I know people laugh. No, I really mean
John, is that a real thing? Will Michael Thompson have conversations about DeAndre Ayton about how, bad habits get in the way and keys on the court? Is Michael that guy?
Well, Michael will talk. DeAndre, listen.
Yeah, that's the question.
It's really the ball's in his court.
All right, coming up next for you.
I think they look at older players as, these guys come from another era. They, get off my lawn guy. Whether he listens is up to DeAndre.
Right. It's a show me contract, and he's gonna have to deliver and not get into some of the bad habits that he's had in the past. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. Want to talk to you about tax relief advocates. So I took on this partnership because I have friends that have been stuck under the weight of IRS debt. And I can tell you, weighs them down. It's overwhelming. You think about it all the time. And plus, there are ads that try to scare you and confuse you. Here's the thing. If you owe money to the IRS, it does not make you a bad person. Tax relief advocates knows this, and they want you to just relax and breathe easy and take the first step and get out from under that additional pressure you don't need. Whether you got $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS one more day. Don't do that. The experts at TRA have got a proven 3-step tax resolution process. I want you to listen to this. They've got knowledge of special programs available that can significantly reduce or even eliminate your IRS debt. End this tax nightmare you got going on. You don't have to be afraid of the IRS anymore. Get your life back on track. If you feel you got nowhere to turn, you can trust tax relief advocates. Simply visit them at TRA.com. That's TRA.com, or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. One more time, 800-575-1482. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the event of the summer. All-Star Friday night.
Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
With producer Jorge's home run, it is a final!
The summer event we all wait for. The 710 softball game. The listener game. And fun and frivolity.
Press the flesh with us. The West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by Children's Dental Fun Zone. At Children's Dental Fun Zone, we treat your kids as our own. Children's Dental Fun Zone.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill. keeping it real every day for you.
When it's game time, every play counts. So when it's time to choose your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. From the powerful work-ready Silverado to the family-sized Traverse and all-electric standouts like Blazer and Equinox EV, George Chevrolet has an incredible selection and a championship-caliber team ready to help you get the perfect Chevy at the best price. Visit them off the 91 Freeway, Lakewood Exit in Bellflower, or shop online at georgechevy.com. That's georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAPLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Oh, stereo.
That's a dumbass question.
Actually,
There you
it
have
might
it.
be. It might be. So I'm a big history nerd.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
I love history. I used to take AP history and all through high school.
I'm a history teacher, Laura.
Oh, right.
nice.
Walrus is a history teacher.
So one of the things that I did when I traveled to Pennsylvania was go see the Liberty Bell.
Nice.
So on this day in 1776, it rang for the first time in what used to be called Pennsylvania State House, which is now Independence Hall. So I tend to look for places that I can go visit that have like a historical context to them, just because I'm kind of a nerd like that. So I want to know, do you travel somewhere just to see a piece of history like the Liberty Bell or something else? And if you haven't gone somewhere that you want to go, like is there somewhere that you're like, oh, I really want to go here, but I haven't been able to travel there?
Okay.
I wouldn't say that I go specifically for historical stuff, but whenever I'm in one of those towns, I always I go on my monument walk in DC every year.
Mhm.
I've done the 6th floor museum where Kennedy got shot in Dallas a bunch of times. I've visited the memorial in Oklahoma City. So when I'm in those cities, I'll go. But Mace, I don't think I've ever made a trip specifically to see. You might have. Did you go see the pyramids?
I went to see the pyramids, and
so
that was the
amazing.
whole point of the trip,
Yeah.
was to go
That's
see the
so
pyramids.
dope.
I went to see, what else? The Vatican. You went to the Vatican. You were not impressed. I was.
Yeah, I thought it was a cattle call.
You thought.
Really?
You didn't like the Vatican. I'm trying to think what else. I went to Loch Ness
Okay.
because I
Nice.
thought, well, maybe. Maybe.
That's
You
cool.
never know. Brian, do you ever seek out history when you're on the road?
Similar to John, I don't like plan the trips to it, but if it's around, I definitely will check it out. But I've always wanted to get the stuff overseas, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower, the Colosseum, all that stuff. I feel like is one on my bucket list.
The Colosseum in Rome is really cool. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't believe it's still standing after thousands of years.
Yeah,
but
it is amazing.
So now that I got approved for the wedding for September,
Oh, you are going?
I am going to go.
Nice.
So that's one of the things that my friend and I were like, we have a week. The wedding party thing takes 3 days. So what can we realistically do?
What city is the wedding in?
Paris.
All right, so you're going to be there anyway.
Yes.
There'll be plenty of things for you to do and see while you're there.
I mean, I
You
honestly
have to go to Versailles.
Okay.
Got to do it.
So my friend was thinking there's, I guess, like a boat or something that takes you to London.
Yeah.
So she's like, it's not even expensive. It's like 5-6 hours. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how much we want to cram into.
Right.
a
I mean,
week.
there's a lot in Paris. You obviously want to go to the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
You should really, really go to the Louvre.
Yeah, that's a must. My
Yeah.
friend said
You got to see the Mona Lisa, although that lady's got a smile. She was in such a bad mood the day they did that painting. Such a bad mood. I'm trying to think, what else in Paris? Walrus, anything come to mind?
Yeah,
you said Versailles.
I've been to Paris. I was lucky enough to go, at this point 16 years ago. Napoleon's tomb.
Yeah.
Big,
Whoa.
like, coffin
Okay.
kind of
Ready
thing.
to
Yep.
The Louvre, absolutely, is a great spot. Definitely Notre Dame.
Right.
Wow, okay.
Is it done? Is it reopened? I think it might have been
think
reopened.
they have finished. Yeah, I think it's been open while they've been fixing the
Yeah.
fire. I was lucky enough to be there before that. thing
Before
burned
the
down,
fire,
which was
yeah.
terrible. Yeah, but really though, like if there's only one thing you can do, Versailles, the Hall of Mirrors. Okay, it was built by Louis XIV, and the gardens in the back.
Yep.
Have you
No,
been there?
no.
Oh, it's like a national park, and this was the backyard for the king. Like,
Wow.
It's just incredible. You'll get a real kick out of it. It's like, I don't know, like a 20, 30-minute train ride.
How long do you
outside
got?
of Paris.
So we get there Saturday, and then we're back Saturday. So we had like a
So
whole.
you have a week.
But you travel in between. It's a long travel.
Right,
time,
and you're going to have
so-
a down day.
Yeah.
I've got some friends of mine just went to the race in Monaco, the F1 race.
Okay.
And they took this thing for jet lag, and it worked like crazy for them. They ended up with
Really?
no jet lag. It's
Oh,
like
I
a
need
little
that.
kit. Take this vitamin here, take that vitamin there, and all of a sudden you don't have a lot of jet lag. So I'll send you a link to that.
Please do.
Yeah, for sure.
I want that.
All right, so there you have that. Dodgers, John, are scuffling right now like crazy. They've lost 4 games in a row. Everybody's worried. I say to them, guess what? They're facing the 2 hottest teams in baseball. It ain't the Royals, it ain't the White Sox, and it ain't the Rockies. They made a lot of hay against the bad teams, but they're struggling against the better teams, at least so far. And I don't know what went on with Yamamoto last night. That was one of his worst starts that he's had as a Dodger.
Did he even get out of the first inning?
He did get out of the first inning. Yeah, he did get out of the first inning. But, the problem was Mookie Betts made that error last night in the first inning. I'm like, why do we not wrap our heads around the idea that he's our best right fielder? He's our best right fielder.
Well, who's suggesting you take him out?
I'm suggesting they move him to right field, back to right field.
Right.
I've been a
Who
proponent
plays
of that
short?
all along. Miguel Rojas.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, he's got to play anyway. He's got to play third base right now.
Right.
He's
but
going to be
not
out there every day.
He's not a good hitter. You don't think they're going to go after a third baseman?
I don't. I mean, here's what I heard. I heard that Max Muncy is walking much better, and they may he may come back a couple of weeks earlier than expected.
Well, that would obviously be a welcome thing.
Yeah. But they're scuffling in the meantime. But I got your note today. I love Eugenio Suarez. He's unbelievable. He's got 25 home runs, I think, and he'd
last
be great.
year of his deal. Probably get him.
But what do you do with him? He plays third base or he DHs.
So you
and
put
when
him
you
at
get
third.
when you get Max back in a month or 5 weeks, what do you do with Suarez? Does he
You
just
let him-
sit?
No, you let him play third and put Muncy at second if you want Muncy in the lineup. If not, Muncy comes off the bench.
Yeah, Muncy. I don't know if you noticed, but Muncy was tearing it up.
Right. As soon as he went to the glasses.
Yeah, as soon as he went to the glasses, all of a sudden he started hitting really well. So he got off to a terrible start and ultimately turned it around, and was hitting really, really well when he had that injury, that freak injury. So I wanted to play something for you, John, because I agree with this take 100%. Do you have? Yeah, this is Bill Simmons, and I want you to listen to this and tell me if you agree with him. This is about the collective bargaining agreement in the NBA.
The new CBA is just an apocalypse. It's one of the worst things that I can remember in any pro sports league. How it played out this way, where you have good teams basically sabotaging themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're so afraid of these penalties that I don't know who wanted. I don't know who the penalties serve other than the owners as a check and a balance for them not to spend too much money. That seems to be the only positive. But when you have Boston basically just, I was walking with my daughter the other day. I actually put this on YouTube as a short because the Celtics had lost Cornette. And I was talking to her about it, and this is the first team she's ever liked. She goes to the games. She doesn't know any better. She thinks these guys are just going to be in the team for 20 years. They lose Porzingis. They lose Drew Holiday. They lose Cornette. I'm like, we're going to lose Al Horford to Golden State. And she's like, I don't understand. I really like these guys. Why do they have to go? And I'm like, I don't know. Blame the CBA.
So first, I'd like to say,
Boston.
Sorry, Bill. Second, I kind of agree with him on this second apron thing.
I don't 1,000% right. This CBA is a disaster.
It's terrible.
And the owners got what they want. I mean, they're able to control costs, but at the same time, look, teams can't keep their own guys because it's Mace, no matter what anybody says, I wish we'd stop using the phrase first and second apron. It's a cap. It's a de facto salary cap.
Yeah, the second apron is absolutely a hard cap. That's why you see Boston shipping out Holiday. That's where you see Boston shipping out Porzingis. It's why, even when you look at a really good young team like Oklahoma City, you say, yeah, they got really four really talented, but they only get to keep two. Eventually, they got to pay guys, and then they've got to move guys off the roster because they don't want to hit the second apron. So even teams that do it right and build from the ground up are screwed because they're not going to be able to keep all the young talent that they develop.
And you should be able to do that. There should be a mechanism allowed where you don't get so heavily penalized for keeping guys that you developed. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. I know that's what the owners want. They want to control costs, but it's not very good for team building.
See, I think they want to control costs, and they don't want great concentrations of talent in one place. Like, for example, the Lakers really couldn't add a big third star who's making money. Really, the average team can only afford 2 max contracts before they've got to sort of fill in the blanks with lesser guys. So really, any team with multiple stars, for example, 3 stars you can't do, 2 stars you can. But I think what they're doing is they're generating movement. This is what they think. First of all, it's an artificial restraint on their own spending. All they have to do is not write checks if they don't want to spend a lot of money. But secondly, I think it's spreading the talent around the league, and it's creating parity. Is that fair?
Yeah, but is that a good thing?
I don't think it is a good team.
Yeah, isn't the league better when you have 800-pound gorillas?
Yeah, I mean, parity works for the NFL.
Right.
But I think in the NBA, you want to see super teams are awesome. Super teams are really fun. It was fun to watch It's fun to, obviously, those Lakers super teams. I mean, I think you're right. You know, the 500-pound gorilla, everybody wants to see a champ.
And I think it's fun to try and knock off dynasties. The perfect finals to me is Lakers Celtics every year, but that's not what they want. So I mean, they've got what they want.
Yeah, this is it.
So they've had 7 different champions over the last 7 years, and this is what they were going for.
Yep.
So we've got to live with it.
Parity, it is. Walrus, your take?
My take is that ultimately, we've had 7 different champions in the last 7 years. That's clearly what they're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But look, all the teams are playing by the same rules. So when I hear Bill Simmons whining about his Boston Celtics, well, what do you think we're dealing with out here in L.A.? So we'll see. I mean, they just put it in, the last year or two. We'll see how it shakes out. They could change it. Well, eventually they're eventually have to negotiate a new CBA if it's not to the players' liking. Perhaps they'll change it up. But player development is obviously the thing now.
Right, and if you're developing players, you should be able to keep those players. To me, that's how you bond a team to its fan base. It's like you're a Luka fan, or you're a Shea fan, or whoever that happens to be. And when that player moves, it does affect the way you look at the game and the way you feel about your team. All right, coming up next, we're going to do some sports graffiti. Normally, Walrus, who won our auction for CHLA, you'd be calling, right? I talked to you yesterday on the phones, but now you're here, so you get to do live sports graffiti.
That's right.
And we will react to your calls coming up, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. We will get your calls in here. Coming up next, Ireland's in Idaho. Me and Walrus are in L.A., 710 ESPN.
It's the event of the summer.
Does Travis go deep? Travis goes deep! All-Star Friday night. Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
The 710 softball game. The listener game. The fun and frivolity. And what will Morales wear?
The summer event we all wait for.
Team Cappy versus Team Mace with the 710 Celebrity All-Star Softball Game. Press the flesh with us. The West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by our friends at All Pro Plumbing. One call solves all. All Pro Plumbing.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and
Coming up today at 3 p.m.
They can still develop film at a CVS? Yes, of course. Because I've told you guys, like I used to take those disposable cameras and stick them down my pants and take pictures of the entire roll.
remember that.
Yeah, like
This development.
Like, have you ever been to a wedding where people used to have the disposable cameras on the table? Nobody else did that other than me?
No. Absolutely not.
You didn't take a disposable camera and take pictures of your stuff, and then they would go to develop it. They're like, "Who's this?"
There have been some people fired at this place because of that stuff.
For what? I just made the admission on the air. That's all.
That's why. He said, "When you were naked, I told you to be careful when you posted."
Oh, that's right. When I was naked with the Mandy.
With the Mandy.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't really. Well, I was naked, but I was covered. But you said that you could see a reflection.
There's a
Mandy.
reflection. Yes.
Yeah.
Sedano and Cap on 710. The fun way to drive home.
Sedano and Cap.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710. The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, "Cappy sent me." Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
710 ESPN. Your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
First, we got a little breaking news. I just got word from people on the other side of the building that the tickets for the Mason and Ireland 21st birthday private podcast party are going very, very fast. So if you want to join us, got to be 21. It's going to be a huge night where Ireland and I tell stories, drop F-bombs. Well, I may drop an F-bomb. You probably won't, will you?
Yeah, probably not, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm a big F-bomb guy. The event starts at 5 o'clock, all kinds of meet and greet stuff. And Ireland, I sent you the commemorative gift description. I've seen it. It is super cool.
Did you email or text it?
I texted you. Limited tickets. Once they're gone, they're gone. It's at Hollywood Park Casino, 3883 West Century Boulevard in Inglewood. Go to ESPNLA.com and get your tickets right now. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Okay, check your text because I didn't get anything.
Oh, okay. I definitely will. All right. In the meantime, Sports Graffiti time. Let's go to Alfred. Alfred, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Alfred.
Two things really quick.
Yeah.
Mookie, the sidearm throwing has got to go. You're going to get Freddie killed. Number two, there's a sports fan, and she wears a USC shirt, and we know Goldstein and Jack Nicholson, but she's a super fan. She wears a beautiful USC shirt. She's a black lady. She's with her husband, smiles all the time. Who is she?
At Laker games?
Laker games, Clipper games, Dodger games.
Huh.
I don't know.
Smiles all the time.
I would need more of a description.
USC shirt.
Beautiful.
She's at every game.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. If you know who Alfred's talking about, 877-710-ESPN. I do not. I don't know who she's talking.
Yeah, either do I.
877-710-ESPN. Actually, Dum Dum's got a couple lines open. Let's go to Frankie D. Fresh. Frankie, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Frankie.
What it do, babies? It's your boy, Frankie D. Fresh. This is my 69th time calling. Got a few things to go over. First off, I wanted the Dodgers to get out of hand last night so that way they could put a position player in so John could be fired up for something finally.
Kike was in the bullpen.
Also, happy birthday to the comedian Jay Valentino, who's performing at the Laugh Factory this Thursday in Covina. And not to get it confused with West Covina with the All-Star Friday night.
That's right.
I'll be on Team DeMarco. All Team Travis, come at me. Come at me.
Come at me. All right, there you go. Come at me. He's on Team DeMarco. Well, DeMarco's on my
listeners,
team.
Listeners.
Oh,
Team
the
Travis,
listeners
Team
game. I forgot about that. That's Travis managing one team and DeMarco managing the other. Yeah, I got you. Let's go to Don. Don, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Don?
Hey, guys, not much. Hope everybody's doing good. I just wanted to say, everybody's, jumping off the Dodger train over a few games. Everybody has some bad days, and, they have every right. They're still in first place with the best record in the National League. Give them a break. Let them have a little time and get it back together. I really believe Kasperius was tipping pitches because it just looked horrible.
There is no question, by the way, there's no question. I was talking to Beto about this yesterday, and everybody was talking about when he was tipping his breaking ball and the Astros were just sitting on it and ripping it.
Well, I've got a friend that's a pitching coach, and he said the key was his shoulder. He was dropping his shoulder. Now, how a team isn't picking up on that if that's the case, I just don't get it. But I'm still a Dodger fan through and through. I got into it with Morales before about being panicked. I'm not panicked at all. My God, this team is awesome. But anyway, let's go, Blue.
All right, there you go. Yeah, by the way, there's really no reason for anguish at this point. They have the best record in the National League. They're dealing with injury. Max Muncy out. They're finally getting their starting pitching healthy. I think they're teed up for a big second half. But yeah, they've run into a buzzsaw with these two teams. By the way, John, I was there on Saturday.
Yeah.
First of all, that's the first time I've ever seen Shohei Ohtani pitch. We got seats pretty much behind home plate, not in the dugout club, but like in the regular seats. And it's just staggering to watch him. It's amazing to watch him go from pitching and 2 minutes and 25 seconds later digging into the batter's box. It's just crazy. And I can't possibly describe in words how excited Dodger fans are when Shohei's on the mound or when he's at the plate. The whole place just buzzes as much as I've ever felt it buzz.
Yeah, I still marvel at the fact that the Angels let this guy walk away.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It is crazy. All right, let's get a couple more in. Let's go to Luis. Luis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Luis.
Hey, guys, thank you. Two quick things. I didn't catch when this Paris trip is happening, but if it's going to be in the summer, as somebody who loves to go there in the summer, as I'm leaving there next week, it's insane. It's insanely hot, so be ready to try and do as little as possible, but definitely go to the Louvre, but definitely sit at a cafe and do nothing as well. I think that balance is really important. Yeah. Number two, John.
Yeah.
I think it was last year. You tricked me so bad when you said you watched Coco, the movie. And in the words of your wife, you monster. Watch. I was really curious to see if you do watch it.
Monster.
That was my lie of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Yeah. Ireland, that should be a homework assignment. It's my favorite Pixar movie. Laura, it's her favorite Pixar movie. Brian, are you a Coco fan?
Love it.
I've only seen it once. I enjoyed it.
Oh, God. It's my favorite. It is my favorite.
What?
I love that.
What's the
elevator pitch is that in...
So it's El Día de los Muertos. So they have El Día de los Muertos for...
Day of the Dead.
Thank you. I was trying to get the translation. So it's this young boy kind of finding out about his grandfather. So it's a lot of family and culture, which I love. So that's my thing for why I liked it, because it allowed me to see me on screen.
Right. It's John. He's a little kid. He meets his grandfather in the afterworld, and then comes. It's a beautiful movie. It made me cry at the end. You should really, as an assignment.
And
watch that
Kanto
movie.
is great as well.
And Kanto is also very good.
fantastic.
Yeah, very good. All right, let me get one more in here, and then we'll move along. Let's go to Jorge. Jorge, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey guys, love the show.
Thanks, man.
I have a quick impression of John Ireland.
Okay.
Whenever he meets any person in history, he's a great guy. All right, guys, see you later.
Thank you.
Wow, that was whack.
I think we all say he's a great guy, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Also-
I
I don't know what that problem is.
Somebody called talking about the USC lady.
Did they know?
No, but they say that they know who they're talking about. She always sits behind the scores table.
Okay. Does that help, John?
No, Pepe sent me a text that said there's a lady that goes to all games. Her name is Chesterlyn. She always wears a USC T-shirt. Maybe that's the one the listener was referring to.
Okay.
But I don't know who. I mean, I obviously am at every Laker game. I watch most Dodger games. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, that's a good tip, though. Maybe Pepe's right on this.
Maybe.
He's on it. All right. Hey, let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti. Is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you are having any kind of mental health thing go on right now, whether it's depression or anxiety, somebody to talk to is really important. Talk to somebody in your family or talk to a mental health professional on BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Remember, mental health is health. Coming up next for you, there is a crazy, out-of-this-world Dodger trade idea for Paul Skeens. We'll do it coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about my buddy Jacob Imrani. So Jacob is, you've probably noticed his billboards all over town right now. Well, you always notice his billboards, but these ones are different. You were meant for greatness. I drove by one that said, you were meant for greatness. I'm like, that is really a positive message. And maybe you don't feel that every day. Doesn't make it any less true. The message I saw this morning on that bright yellow billboard from the law offices of Jacob Imrani stuck with me. You were meant for greatness. It's easy to get discouraged because maybe you've been knocked down. Maybe you're in pain. Maybe life's just heavy right now. But you were built to overcome this, and when things get hard, it helps to have somebody in your corner who believes in your comeback. That's Jacob Imrani. If you've been in any kind of accident, Jacob Imrani and his team take over the hard stuff so you can focus on getting back to the version of yourself that's strong and confident and ready to win. No upfront fees, no pressure. You only pay Jacob if he wins. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Oh, remember.
Or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Remember, you can follow him on Instagram for great advice and prizes and more. The handle is @call.jacob. And the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And me, proud to stand with the law offices of Jacob Imrani. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the event of the summer.
Does Travis go deep? Travis goes deep! All-Star Friday night. Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
The 710 softball game. The listener game. The fun and frivolity. And what will Morales wear?
The summer event we all wait for.
Team Cappy versus Team Mace with the 710 Celebrity All-Star Softball Game. Press the flesh with us, the West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night is made possible by our friends at Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Nothing else. Be sure to catch Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti. Weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. on Mason and Ireland. Sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Craving that beach vibe? There's an Islands restaurant near you with all your favorites. Crafting your perfect Islands moments with classic burgers, fresh cut fries, local brews, and never-ending summer drinks. Visit your local Islands restaurant.
You know I love the outdoors and adventures. Hey, it's Travis calling all adventurers. Page, Arizona is your ultimate outdoor playground. Snap that iconic shot at Horseshoe Bend. Then hike the stunning 11-mile rim trail. Explore one of 13 breathtaking slot canyons, including world-famous Antelope Canyon. Craving water fun? Cruise Lake Powell by kayak, jet ski, or houseboat, or float the Colorado River to Lee's Ferry. Make Page your base camp for day trips to Grand Canyon, Zion, and the Wave. Start planning your trip today at visitpageaz.com.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99, was $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever, right now at the Home Depot.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Okay, so I'm assuming TLC was number one with this song. What year?
1995.
95.
Oh, Waterfalls.
Close. Chasing Water. Bergman and Elris, who won our CHLA auction to be part of Live Imaging Tuesday, is here today and killing it.
Doing great from what I hear.
He's going to be a new fill-in guy for us.
Oh, are you available?
Walrus, are you available?
If I can get a substitute teacher for my classes.
Yeah, we have a history
I can't help you
teacher
there.
in
I
the
can only
house.
help here.
Yeah. So, Bergman, you, of course, are the host of
Blue Review.
And there's a really funky trade
Hi, John.
sliding around right now. Yeah.
Greg, hello. What
Hi.
is the trade?
Okay. So the Dodgers. Let me do it the
The
other way.
Dodgers.
The Dodgers. No, the Dodgers would give up Dalton Rushing.
Okay.
Josh DePaula.
Jose
say it again. It's
Josue DePaula.
Josue DePaula. Alex Freeland.
Okay.
Emmett Sheehan.
Okay.
And Jackson Ferris.
That is a lot. Who is it for?
Paul Skeens.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Most of these guys would play for Pittsburgh right away.
Well, the thing is that, yes, they would all play for Pittsburgh, but they're not playing here except for Rushing and Sheehan.
Yeah.
So those ones are a little bit tough. But DePaula is supposed to be great, but he's kind of blocked at the moment.
Yeah.
Although they do need more outfield.
They really do need more
They
outfield.
really do. So, but then like Alex Freeland, if he's not going to come up now, he's probably not going to stick around
Why
much.
wouldn't they bring him up now instead of Estuary Ruiz?
So because they want the outfield. So they can now with Kike being down, you're going to get more Kim. Edmonds going to go just taking balls at third base, but he's got a bum foot. So there's a whole bunch of things going on.
So I know, Ireland, your answer to this is an emphatic yes.
100%.
Yeah.
If you can get Paul Skeens, go get him.
He's so young. What is he, like 23? And he throws just insane.
Bergman, are you an emphatic yes?
I am an absolute yes. Yeah, I hate losing Sheehan. I love Jackson Ferris is supposed to be good.
Yep.
Not really doing too well in Double-A right now. But he's a lefty. You always want lefty pitching on your staff.
Yes.
I love Sheehan. and I love Rushing.
Give me Paul Skeens under
give him all of
team
them.
Control. For 5 more years.
I mean, he's also a Tommy John waiting to happen in any moment.
Well,
so.
that's the case with any starting pitcher.
Sure.
Any
but
starting
if you're
pitcher can go
throwing
down.
the way that he throws with the amount of spin that he throws, eventually it's going to happen. I hate that it will, but it just seems like he's
as long as he's available for the playoffs.
Yes, 100%. So, yeah, if you take all those guys I just don't know if any of them will actually make it to the big club at any point.
You never know. Remember when Alex Verdugo was a big thing?
Yeah.
He just got
DFA'd, yeah.
John, what do you like to say about this town and stars?
Yeah, it's a star-driven town. I mean,
you're
go
just
get
like,
skiing.
But come on, it's true. I
It
mean,
is true.
Like, if you would ask any average Dodgers fan about those names, Emmett Sheehan, they know him because he started, but
They know Dalton Rushing, but they
Dalton
don't know
Rushing.
Josue DePaula, but he's been down there for a while. They don't know Jackson Ferris. Jackson Ferris came over with Zaire Hope in the Michael Busch trade to Chicago. And so Zaire Hope's doing really well. He's an outfielder too.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they don't know those names. They don't know the other guys there, and Will Smith is going to be a catcher for the next 5-6
Oh,
years.
yeah. No, he
so
just signed that gigantic
Rushing is
deal.
kind of
He's blocked.
there.
He's blocked.
Yeah.
Greg, are you with Mace? Would you move Mookie back to right field?
So that's his best position. However, he is playing a very good shortstop. It's not because of, he did have a bad throw yesterday.
He had a very bad throw
yesterday. But normally
they lost
Freddie catches
9-1. It didn't cost him the game.
No, but that would have gotten Yamamoto out of the inning earlier. Maybe he sticks around a little longer. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. But no, I think if I would not, because he doesn't want to go to the outfield again. But he is your best option in outfield. But if Mookie stays at short, my outfield, I would move Teo to left. I would have Pajes in right, and then Tommy Edman in center.
Yeah, and then have Hae-Sung Kim play second base?
Second base, yeah.
Yeah, see, I like that. I do think they need to add an outfielder.
They do.
And I think they will add a starting pitcher just because that's what Andrew Friedman does.
That's
and
what
you
they
can't
do.
have too much of it.
If you get like a Sandy Alcantara, that's great.
Yeah,
perfect. But an outfielder is very, very necessary. They need to get an outfielder that has some speed that can. If you can get a true, legit center fielder, that would be great.
Wait a minute, though. You guys are both saying they got to go get an outfielder. What's wrong with the outfield lineup you just said? Teoscar, Edman, and
Edman
Pajes.
plays a lot of second base.
Yes.
But Kim, you want Kim in the lineup every day anyway.
Probably not against lefties.
No, and not against anybody with high velocity. There's a lot of things that is keeping Kim out of the lineup, and he's also starting to scuffle right now because he just isn't getting the playing time. So hopefully he kind of starts figuring it out with all this playing time. But if you're in your ideal lineup, Edman is at second, a true center fielder.
Yes.
That can cover a lot of ground.
Andy Paz is not terrible in center field.
No, he's fine, and he's got a great arm, and he's been a very good outfielder. But if you can put him in right with that arm, I'd rather have him in right and hide Teo in left because
by the way,
Teo's going to be in the lineup no matter what.
And Teo is really off and dealing with injury. I think he could wind up in the IL, which creates another issue for him.
He says he feels fine.
Yeah,
but he's just.
I heard this was with Kike. Kike did not want to go on the injured list.
No,
and I heard Teo doesn't want to go on the injured list. But at some point, obviously he's not playing right now, and you don't know how quickly he's going to come back. Why not go to the injured list and create a roster spot for somebody?
Because there's so many other guys that are on. Who are you going to put out there? You just brought up James Outman. He's a good center fielder.
Esteury
Ruiz, yeah, but he's not. He strikes out more than he actually gets on base. So he has a ton of speed in the outfield. So that's nice, but he's not a great offensive hitter.
All right, let me make this harder on you guys.
Okay. All right.
Let's say the Pirates say, "All right, we're interested in the deal you proposed."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you have to put Pajes in the deal. Do you still do it?
Man, Pajes has been. I mean,
do it.
Yeah, the most likely the answer would be yes. You have to take
I
other
would do
things
it.
out, but Pajes is turning into a legit stud, and you don't
mean,
want to get rid of that guy.
He's like an all-star
That's-
caliber player.
Hey, Mace,
Every
if you
single
were,
day.
If you were the Pirates, isn't who that you would? That's the guy I would insist on if I was the Pirates.
Yeah, I think I would because he's only in his second year. He's team control for a few years.
there's so many
He's
things about-
cost effective.
Also, to the whole point, you talk about this all the time, I think, John, that he's an everyday player where Paul Skeens is once every 5 days.
But
and
Paul
on this
Skeens-
roster, he might be once every 6 days.
Paul Skeens is the most coveted pitcher in all of baseball.
Yes, he is.
And he's very much under team control and all that. So and then you can definitely pay him later on. But it's whether you think you have something special in Andy Pajes, which
well, wait
I
a
think
minute.
they do.
Wait, you have something special in Paul Skeens, and then you
Again.
lock up a number one starter for the next 10 years.
You're talking. You have number one starters.
But
You have four of them.
it is a.
But they're never healthy.
It would be painful to trade Andy Pajes, but you would do it for Skeens. I mean, the guy's.
Yes.
I think he leads the team in RBIs, does he not? 58
he might be
RBIs. I think he may lead the team in RBIs.
He
right
passed. He passed Shohei and
and
Teo.
Teoscar.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, he's a huge part of that lineup.
Right.
But for Paul Skeens, you absolutely
And a
would.
great defensive out. Yes, of course you would for him, but you obviously get rid of a bunch of stuff. But I don't know. Pages is proving to be a legit player in this league that plays every single day and important positions in every single outfield spot.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to get rid of.
Blue review. Now, I wanted to talk to you, Bergman, about Saturday, July the 26th, which is our 21st
Yes,
birthday
sir.
private podcast party with tickets on sale right now at ESPNLA.com. Now, you're working on the show. What can you expect? What can we expect
I
from
think
it?
it's going to be a lot of just you guys.
Oh, wow.
Learning about you and your past, and especially, John, this is the perfect spot for you to tell every one of your stories.
I'm not going to tell any.
Yeah, no.
Well,
tell new ones.
No, new ones.
Tell
No, I'm
totally
gonna tell
new stories.
I'm not telling any stories that I've told on the radio. Zero. I'm telling only stories I've told during the breaks.
That's amazing.
It's all break talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all talk from the breaks.
As you know, Bergman, many of those stories involve you.
Oh, I can't
Yes,
wait.
they do.
See, well, I'll be there with you, so I can't wait to hear them.
Here's the thing about Bergman. He's one of our 5 best producers we've ever had, don't you think?
Yeah, because you've had
Top
6,
5.
I think. So
You're
who
top-
got,
but you're
who
top
got
5.
knocked out? I think that's the real question. Who got knocked out if I'm in the top 5 and you've had 6?
Singer's 1.
I have no idea.
Amanda's 2. Laura's 3.
Lindsay's 4.
Lindsay's 4.
Oh,
Iris Reed is 5.
Iris Reed.
Yeah, so
He
no,
goes
Greg,
back
you're
to the
just
old days.
outside of the top 5.
So here's
I'm outside the top 5 now.
Yeah, you are
Oh,
outside
man,
the top 5.
that's
Sorry, you're not
brutal.
top
I think
5
I was
anymore.
with you the longest out of any. Oh no, Singer.
Yeah,
Singer was the
with us
longest,
for
and I was
too
second
long.
longest.
Singer was with us way too long.
But you just like ran all over Singer. You said, "Hey, jump on this hood of a car and go through a
Yeah, but
car
it was
wash."
funny.
Yeah, it's
it
funny.
was funny.
It was great. Great
I
stuff.
wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
listening to the show since Dave Singer was the producer.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Apologies.
Dave Singer, great guy. He sent me a bunch of pictures of you guys from the early days.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
they're good.
Oh, good.
They're good. Yeah.
And there is we're not going to say what it is, but there is a special item that if you are at this thing, you will get, and it is really cool.
It's really cool. And I just went through it with Carlo and with Stefa, and it's a very cool gift.
Yeah. So right now, tickets are on sale for our 21st birthday private podcast party. We are going to say stuff that we've never said before. We will tell you stories that you have not heard.
I love that. I can't wait.
And there will be all kinds of special guests. So that is coming up on Saturday, July the 26th, 5 p.m., Hollywood Park Casino. Get your tickets right now. They are going very quickly, and they're very limited. Go to ESPNLA.com and get your tickets now. Bergman, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next for you. I know what we're doing coming up next. John, this is interesting to me. I got a list of the odds for what quarterback will have the most passing yards in 2025 in the NFL. And I want you to take a shot and see if you can figure out who they are. We'll do that coming up next for you. Also, don't forget Friday, All-Star Friday night, West Covina Sportsplex. My team versus Cappy's team. It all starts at 9 a.m. We're broadcasting all day long. Game is at 6 p.m., all at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue, West Covina. And special thanks to Page, Arizona, the center of adventure. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Cosm. So if you've not been to Cosm yet, and by the way, Ireland, I've got to drag his ass to Cosm when he's back in L.A. to see this place. It is wild. It is the ultimate immersive fan experience. So if you sit in the Dome, there's this massive wraparound display. There's reserved seating in the Cosm Hall, wall-to-wall screens. You will feel like you're actually at the game. And how's this sound? Cosm can take you pitch side at this summer's biggest soccer tournaments, from the FIFA World Cup to the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Cosm surrounds you in the passion of soccer with fans that share your love for soccer. And by the way, they're showing The Matrix. They've done a special Cosm version of The Matrix. Big, gigantic wraparounds. You got to be there. Go to Cosm.com. Get the complete schedule. That's Cosm.com. 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 Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the event of the summer. All-Star Friday night.
Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
With producer Jorge's home run, it is a final!
The summer event we all wait for. The 710 softball game. The listener game. And fun and frivolity.
Press the flesh with us, the West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by Children's Dental Fun Zone. At Children's Dental Fun Zone, we treat your kids as our own. Children's Dental Fun Zone.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the biggest show on the radio. And we know Mason loves to throw out scenarios.
I threw a bunch of scenarios out there yesterday. A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps.
More of Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
I do not want any messages to the all caps. You shouldn't do that.
I mean,
It scares me.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? They're all caps.
What's wrong?
I look at Brian, I'm like, is this the anniversary for this song coming out? And it's not.
That's just Yacht Rock Tuesday.
Oh, Yacht Rock Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, I just listened to a little bit when I was down in Costa Rica. They were playing Aughts Rock. You know Aughts Rock?
No, never heard of that.
So music from 2000 to 2010. So it's a lot of like Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco and all that stuff. They were playing Aughts Rock. Oughts. Aughts Rock. All right, so Ireland's in Idaho. Walrus, who won our CHLA bidding, we raised a whole bunch of money. We were so honored, and it was our honor to do it, was to raise a bunch of money for Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And Walrus bought the Live Imaging Tuesday experience, and you're doing a great job.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Over 40,000 y'all raised. Pretty amazing.
That was great. It was great. So, all right, John, I found this list. This is as we get ready for the NFL and get ready for fantasy football season and all that stuff. Vegas has a list of the quarterbacks who will throw for the most yards in 2025. So remember, most yards, not like quarterback rating or anything like that. So
well, I'll tell you who I would take first.
Okay.
Even though he's probably not going to win. I would take Joe Burrow first.
Joe Burrow is
I
number
rode
one on the
him
list.
to the fantasy football title last
Yes,
year
you
just
did.
because of him. I mean, he has Jamar Chase. All right, so I'm
He's
only
a
worried.
solid number one.
Okay, I'm
Brian,
only worried.
Lara, Walrus.
I'm only worried about yards, right?
Only yards, not touchdown passes, not
Okay.
quarterback rating, none of it.
Give me Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, number 3.
Okay. This is going to be a weird one.
Okay.
Give me Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. Number 6.
He was third in passing yards a year ago.
He's 11-1 to win the passing yards title this year. So you've got number 1, you've got number 3, and you've got number 6.
That surprises me. Mahomes is probably there. I'll just guess him.
Mahomes is number 4. Yep, he's there.
Okay. Brian, you think our boy Justin Herbert's in there or not yet?
Oh, I think Herbert is in there. Yes.
All right, give us Justin Herbert.
Number 12.
What?
Number 12.
That's our first strike.
He's 20-1 to win the passing yardage title this year.
I think I'll go to Vegas this weekend. Hit that.
Go
20
hit that
to 1.
hard.
Come
Go
on.
hit that hard.
He runs a lot, but I think he's still going to be there. Give me Lamar Jackson.
Wow. No, Lamar Jackson way down the list. He's 40-1 to win the
he was
passing yards title. Remember, it's passing yards, not running yards.
He was 6th in passing yards last year. Okay, I got 2 strikes on me.
Yep.
I don't.
Which ones are we missing?
Think
Sorry.
about you're missing
I don't
number
think
2.
Geno Smith is there. Give me Brock Purdy. I'll go out on Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, number 5.
Okay. Brian, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there, right?
I don't think so, no.
All right.
I think there's another old quarterback that maybe we're, overlooking
You think
here.
Matthew Stafford will be there?
I think so, especially with the addition of Adams coming on.
Oh, yeah. Give us Matthew Stafford.
Number 10. So
Bet
just in there. Just in there. Now, you're missing some obvious ones.
Well, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. Do you, Brian?
Did you say Allen?
I don't know.
Oh, Josh Allen. Yeah, give us Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen is number 8. There you go. Number 9, actually.
All right, what do we miss? How many?
Okay, you're missing one from a team that had a really big year 2 years ago. Last year, not so much, and this year, not so good, and it'll probably throw for a lot of yards.
That sounds like Geno. Give us Geno Smith.
No, it's Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott.
All right, so we're out. Which ones did we miss?
You missed C.J. Stroud.
Okay. Oh, yeah, should have got that.
You missed Michael Penix, who's number 8 on this list.
Yeah, don't see it, but that's okay.
And that's it. So
Okay.
it goes
So we missed
Burrow,
2. That's not
Burrow,
bad.
Dak, Goff, Mahomes, Mayfield, Purdy,
My
C.J.
guy Jaden
Stroud.
Daniels isn't in there, huh?
No, Michael Penix, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford.
Prescott is 2?
Prescott's 2. You know, a lot of times if you're on a bad team, you got to throw the ball a lot.
That's true.
That's a bad bet, though.
What's a bad bet?
Dak with second
that's
odds? No, I was thinking Jordan Love. Is he on that list?
Jordan Love is well down the list.
Yeah, I would be betting on Jordan Love over
Whose
Dak
list
Prescott.
is this? Vegas?
Vegas. Yeah, this is Vegas odds. What, you're questioning Vegas?
I mean,
Vegas
don't we
is never
question
wrong.
everything?
It's like Vegas says, and then it's also according to science.
according
Those
to
are the two
science.
things.
Science!
They work almost.
Intended.
If you use it before any of your statements, it makes the statements more legitimate.
It's true. It's true. According to science.
Yes, according to science, it's time to go to break. And according to science, coming up next for you is What's Up, Fool. And Brian's got stuff, and Laura's got stuff, and we will do it coming up next. Laura, I think you got something to read, right?
I do have something to read. And don't miss your chance to press the flesh with us this Friday. It's going to be hot. So, wear your shorts. Be comfortable.
Ooh, it's a tradition unlike any
Hey,
other.
yes.
100 degrees in West Covina.
We love it, man. The San Gabriel Valley gets hot. So be there at West Covina Sportsplex. It's West Covina Sportsplex at 2100 South DeSouza Avenue in West Covina. Again, be sure to bring your coolers, your lawn chairs. Just get comfortable. Come and hang out with us. All going down at the 4th annual 710 All-Star Game, made possible by your friends at Rotolo Chevrolet. See what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Coming up today at 3 p.m.
Mr. Alvarezzi, Sedano's the type of dude that leaves his autograph as a tip, says you're welcome, George. Let me tell you something.
What?
Let me tell you something.
You're going to compare those two things? Come on, man. That's
Seriously.
harsh.
Yeah. First of all, I'm a great tipper. Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah, you are. I've seen it. Heck yeah, you are.
I am a great tipper. Cappy's the one that never tips. He's the one that's always complaining. Why is everything got to be a tip? When I go to Starbucks on the app, it tells me should I leave a tip. When I go and put in my credit card, it says 10%, 50%, 20%, and 25%. Why do I got to pick for something that nobody did anything for? I tip all those mother bleepers. Okay? All those mother bleepers get tipped. Listen,
There's your promo, DeAndre.
literally, all you had to do was ring me up, and I'm giving you 10%. How about that?
Sedano and Cap on 710. The fun way to drive home.
Sedano and Cap.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Hey, it's Mace. Workplace stress is now a leading cause of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce feeling it more than ever. You can't escape work, but you can take small steps to take care of yourself. A walk, some sun, a favorite song. Therapy is one of those steps. Ongoing support to build resilience for whatever the day throws at you. Balance is tough. Getting help shouldn't be. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, weekdays noon to 3. You're home for real Dodgers talk and super hot takes.
All right, so ready for super hot take?
Oh, that's
super hot take.
Super hot take for promo.
Okay. Ready? Ireland?
Yeah. More of the fellas. Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, guys. So I want to know, how do you guys feel about artists that are called, I don't want to call them old, but you know, they're up there. They're up there. So Ozzy Osbourne performed in England over the weekend for 40,000 fans because he's saying farewell to the stage. He's no longer going to be performing. I think he's like almost 100 years old. I don't know. He's pretty old. So at what point do you guys say, yeah, man, I'm not paying for an artist? I don't care if it's like their farewell tour or their last stop. It's just, they're too up there for me to pay for this.
Yeah,
artist.
you know, there's a see him once kind of component.
By the way, Ozzy Osbourne is 76.
I mean, he looks 100.
And he was kind of propped up there.
Yeah,
singing.
he was like sitting.
But this is a really good question, Mace, because I've paid for Elton John's farewell tour 3 times now.
Yeah, he does say bye a lot.
And I went and saw the Steve Miller Band a couple of years ago, and he didn't sound anything like he used to sound. This is a decision we all kind of have to make for ourselves. But there's a lot of old acts that are, coming back for one last bite at the apple, and we keep paying for it.
But you know what? We're going to see Paul Simon next week at the Disney Concert Hall, which I've never actually seen
right
a show.
here.
Oh, that's a
here.
killer venue.
Yeah.
You'll be blown away by the venue.
And Paul Simon, I mean, he's probably 70.
Up there.
Oh,
up
no,
there.
he's older than that.
But I mean, I want to be able to. I want to see Paul Simon. You know, I mean, I've never had a chance to
Paul
see him.
Simon
He's still
is
great.
83.
Yeah.
83. Oh my God.
Still
That-
gonna
oh man, he's 83 and he's doing 5 nights at the Disney Concert Hall.
Well, he just canceled a couple of shows about a
Uh-oh.
week ago, so keep an eye on that.
He was on
Hopefully not
SNL
next
recently. He killed
Well,
it.
he's-
He
he's-
was on SNL.
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
best friends with Lorne Michaels.
Yeah. What about you? How do you feel about it, Walrus?
I think it depends on who the artist is. Like the late great Tom Petty, I saw him 4 times. He was incredible. Saw my friend Julian's dad, Peter Frampton, still getting it done. He's coming out with a new album coming up.
I met Peter Frampton's son at one of our events.
that's
I can't,
correct.
do you
With
know-
me.
With you. Yeah. What's his name?
His name's Julian. One of my best friends. He's producing his dad's album.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, he still tours with him,
The
right?
Stones. Yeah. Well, now he's really moving into the producer role.
Now, I saw the Stones once, and I saw him late in the game.
But like my mom and my brother saw Bob Dylan and said it was just awful. So it's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Do your research.
My mom and dad. Ooh.
You said it.
Oh,
Don't
not
that.
stepdad Leo
no,
just got a
we're
dad
not done.
credit.
It's too late.
My mom
Too
and
late.
not stepdad Leo. They
Leo to you.
They go to see like Johnny Mathis and Paul Anka and Wayne Newton and all those old timey people who still tour out in the desert. But yeah, I'm going to see Paul Simon, but I don't want to see like a propped up guy.
Okay, so is your threshold for these concerts or like your expectation low? Because you're like, they're up there, but I just want to say I went to see him.
Yes.
Is that okay?
And by the way, I'll go see him if they can still stand.
I mean, Ozzy was not.
If they can still stand, I'll go see him.
It's a pretty good baseline.
I mean, look at Mariah Carey. She's
Pun
not
intended.
old. She looks great, but her voice is jacked up, man.
She sounds wrecked.
Yeah.
Last time I saw her, yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So trying to place my bets here. The last couple days, I've been prompted in Prize Picks Sleepers app with Save Fantasy Sports in California.
Oh yeah.
So
this is a
apparently,
big thing.
yeah, politicians in California trying to ban the daily fantasy sports.
Rob Bonta, the
Right.
Attorney General
Good
of
luck.
California, says he thinks that the more than less than games
Right, it's
are
all still sports
still
betting.
sports betting.
So it shouldn't be allowed. So my question here is, some of the companies have come out and said they're still going to roll with this
Sure.
until, something actually happens. Underdog, Prize Picks, they're still allowing you
Yes.
to bet and all this. Are you surprised that we're kind of moving backwards here in the sports
Yes.
betting, or would you think
I
that
am.
we would have full, sports betting
Only
legal
10
before that?
40 states have legalized sports betting now, and we're not
What is
one
the
of them.
Attorney General's point? Like, what is he trying to avoid?
He's
Well,
saying
he's probably
it's
lost
still
a lot of money,
sports
John.
betting.
He said, yeah, he lost a lot of money. No, he says it's still sports gambling if you're doing those things, and I like the workaround personally. And is there a way to like send a letter to Rob Bonta or to call his
every time
office?
I
or
open up the Prize Picks or Sleeper app, it's the very first thing. Oh, put in your information. We're fighting back, kind of a deal.
There you go.
want to keep fantasy sports here in California.
yeah, I think we'll win this. I think
Cat's
we'll
out
win
of the
this.
I think so,
bag,
too.
man.
Come
Cat's
on.
out of the bag. That's not going
Sorry,
back.
Rob Bonta.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so like I say always, love my national days, and today is National Video Game Day. And I was obsessed with Mario Kart when I was growing up. So I want to know, what video game were you guys obsessed with while you were growing up?
I was not a big video game guy. We had a, you guys remember Asteroids? We had one of those in the fraternity.
Oh, I
but
did like Asteroids, yeah.
I never had a. Did you ever have a game console, Mace?
Yes, I played Call of Duty for a couple of years.
Really?
But and then
I bought one when my son came along, but I never fell into the video game world.
Laura,
It's not
why
my
are you
thing.
looking at me side-eye?
I don't see you as a Call of Duty guy.
Oh, I did. I played Call of Duty. It's super fun.
My brothers were like obsessed with it. I don't know if they still are now. I never got into the Call of Duty games, but I
Yeah.
didn't picture you for
Brian,
that.
you play a lot, right?
I still play some Call of Duty, but do you play online?
No.
No, it was just the single-player
Just
mode.
the single-player mode, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because what? I'm a simpleton? I'm a
No.
video game
The
simpleton? Is that what
online
you're saying?
competition gets a little rough these days. You know,
Okay, got it.
It's very competitive.
But the old school games are still. You mentioned Asteroids. I always thought Galaga was a good game, right? Galaga. And then Centipede was a crazy big game. Did you ever see Centipede?
No.
Ireland, you played Centipede, right?
Yeah, we used to have in the fraternity, we had a game called Dig Dug. Do you guys remember that game?
I do remember that game. It was fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just kind of depends what area you grew up in, you know?
For a console, Mario N64. For
Oh,
a
that was-
computer game,
that was dope.
Counter-Strike. Used to go to an internet cafe in Westwood to play that because you needed a legit internet hookup to do it.
The 64 was legit.
What's up, fool?
All right, speaking of National Video Game Day, I got another one here for you.
Okay, good.
So college football last year was a huge hit, came out. All the players, got copies of the game, money if they decided to opt in. This year they're doing a little adding, more features the second year.
Okay.
Real coordinators and real coaches. So if you want to play Kirby Smart, Dabo Sweeney, you can actually, have them, control them per se. There's a couple of coaches that have decided to, opt out of this. Deion Sanders, Bill Belichick, really the two biggest names if you want to think about who's drawing you to the, I want to pick Colorado because I want to use Deion Sanders or UNC for Bill Belichick. I kind of looked into it. Belichick actually was really never in any of the Madden games, too. He kind of would always opt out of those. Is that smart, though? Would you, if you're in their situation, do you think they should just join, majority? It's like 90% of the coaches have opted in, coordinators. Would you
Right.
join that, or are they, too big for that? They don't want to be exploited.
Here's the thing about coaches, and any coach will tell you this, Brian. They're all control freaks. They don't want to let out any of their process or their secrets. And if they give their playbook up to, Madden, I would be stunned, Mace, if Bill Belichick did that. Stunned.
I just cannot see that at all. I mean,
Now, Sean McVay, I could see doing it because he'll just make up new plays. He's a genius. He'll just make up new plays.
But a lot of that
Belichick,
stuff is
I can't see doing
real, proprietary, right? I don't think he's going to give up all of his information. We're talking about Belichick. I don't know if his girlfriend's going to allow that either.
That's why I was thinking maybe just put her on the sidelines instead. She seems to be running the show.
Say no, sorry, Bill. Can't do it.
What's up, fool?
So there's one thing that I love that I don't have to do at the airport anymore after getting my pre-TSA, and that's taking off my shoes. I hated taking off my shoes, and when I got pre-TSA, I didn't need to do that. But if you don't have pre-TSA, passengers will no longer need to have to take their shoes off airports. It's been 20 years that they've had to implement this, and I want to know, we all kind of have pre-TSA or some version of cutting the line. I know we've talked about it, but think about you having that. What is a TSA horror story that you can share that you've had?
So I think it might have been we had a stopover in Shanghai when I was coming back from Thailand, and there was one of those searches where they went up into your areas.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I thought, this is too much. But I guess international flights, it's different, but they, the pat down was a little aggressive.
Excessive?
A little aggressive, yes.
Wow.
Do you think Chris Morales would ask for the cavity search?
I think
like
probably
elect for it?
he
What?
would. He requests a pat down whenever he gets the opportunity.
Would like Cappy to do it for him?
Ireland, you fly private, so you just walk in there and...
Yeah, I'm used to kind of doing whatever I want. But before I was flying private, when I was back in Texas working as a TV reporter, we were going to spring training, me and my photographer, and my photographer wasn't a guy who flew a lot. And we were changing, or we were late for the airport trying to catch a flight.
Yep.
And he set off the metal detector when he came through. And I turned around, I go, dude, we're running late. What are you doing? I go, what set off the detector? And he kind of smirked at me. He goes, it's my gun. And
really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And I turned and looked at him. I go, you can't joke about that. And the TSA guy points at me, goes, he's right, and you come with me.
Wow.
And we missed the plane because he popped off. But we were able to catch the next
We
flight.
got busted with protein bars at LAX.
Why can't you bring protein bars through?
Because we brought a box of them, and I'm sure they looked scary on the little X-ray thing because it was just a box of protein bars.
But still,
weird.
They took them. They did
Did
not.
you offer to take a bite out of one of them? I mean,
yeah, they swiped them and said, "Sorry, you can't bring these on." I'm
They
like,
just
"They're
wanted
only protein bars."
They wanted your protein bars. That's what happened.
I got busted once with bug spray when I was going to Rio for the Olympics.
Oh,
it was more than 3 ounces.
Oh yes, it was definitely
that
more
was
than
probably
3 ounces
why.
because of the Zika, which was supposed to get all of us.
Right.
That never showed up.
That's crazy.
What's up, Foo?
One more National Video Game Day here, because 2K put out an announcement today on this day. Their cover athlete is going to be SGA for NBA 2K26 coming up. So he got the full, trifecta here. MVP, finals MVP, now the cover athlete of 2K. Did they nail it here? And is there any correlation between 2K to, this topic this whole last year of face of the league? Does this kind of put SGA in the forefront?
Well, SGA is one of the faces of the league for sure. He's the best player on the team that just won the title. But wasn't, Brian, a lot of years, if you were the cover, wasn't it almost a jinx? Like bad things would happen to you?
It
or
was.
That just NFL?
That kind of started with Madden, but it did also correlate to MLB and some NBA cover athletes, yes.
Well, here's the thing about it. I mean, your stardom grows, right? You take steps towards stardom. He obviously took a gigantic step. And now being the cover guy of the game is, like, impressive. And I think people say, oh, he's not a star, he doesn't have... No, if he continues to perform like he has, he is a superstar in this game. Everybody will know who he is.
I think he's already there, Mace.
You think so? I mean, after the finals...
He won MVP this year,
I mean,
and he
after
won
the
finals MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's already there.
What's up, Foo?
So I got some sad news for you guys.
Oh, no.
Because another restaurant here in LA will be closing down. Cole's French Dip in downtown on 6th will be closing down permanently after 117 years. So the restaurant will close its doors on August 3rd, and it is LA's oldest operating restaurant and bar. They actually have a speakeasy in there called the Varnish. Some people don't know about that. You turn on the light, they let you in.
Been there?
Yeah, I actually have. And I've been to the restaurant. It's on 6th Street, so it's not far from where I live, really. It opened back in 1908. But my question to you guys is, if you could save one LA historic restaurant that has been shut down, for whatever reason it got shut down, which one would you bring back?
All right,
It's been
so
shut down.
Keyshawn used to own a restaurant in Beverly Hills that served soul food. And it was fantastic. And he told me later that it was like a real estate deal for him. He really wasn't interested in the restaurant as much as he was the real estate. But man, a good soul food restaurant, Mace, is hard to find. There was Shark Bar, there was Georgia. I'm trying to remember the name of Keyshawn's
It was
place.
Rain.
Rain, that's right. REIGN.
Yeah.
So those three have all closed. Shark Bar, Rain, and Georgia. I'd love to find another, because I love pork chops. I love collard greens. I love, Southern food. So that's where I would lean towards.
I don't know if I've got one. Do you have one, Laura?
The
pantry just
the
closed.
pantry
That's
just
exactly
closed.
what I
I
was
know
just
that
Yeah,
that
were you
one.
going to say the pantry?
Yeah, you could go there anytime. They never closed.
Well, they did after the pandemic. So it was 24 hours, right? But like after COVID, they had to. It wasn't open 24 hours, so you would see people trying to go in there after getting drunk at like concerts here, and I'm like, yo, it's closed. It's closed.
Yeah, there's a 24-hour restaurant in Manhattan Beach called The Kettle that is alive and thriving. That you can go in there. Same thing. You can go in there anytime and eat whenever you want.
Right, and I guess your backup for French dip is Philippe's, which is very,
which has
very
been around
good.
forever.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time, too. All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up, Fool, coming up next for you. All right, Ireland, I got something for... Oh, I want to ask you to guess what the Lakers' over-under win total is for next year.
Gotcha.
We'll do that coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the event of the summer.
All-Star Friday night. Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
With producer Jorge's home run, it is a final! The summer event we all wait for. The 7-10 softball game. The listener game. And fun and frivolity.
Press the flesh with us, the West Covina Sportsplex All-Star Friday night, made possible by Islands Restaurant. Island by your local Paradise Islands Restaurant. The Jaime and Blanca Foundation. We can't wait to press the flesh with Jaime Harin.
You know I love the outdoors and adventures. Hey, it's Travis calling all adventurers. Page, Arizona is your ultimate outdoor playground. Snap that iconic shot at Horseshoe Bend. Then hike the stunning 11-mile rim trail. Explore one of 13 breathtaking slot canyons, including world-famous Antelope Canyon. Craving water fun? Cruise Lake Powell by kayak, jet ski, or houseboat, or float the Colorado River to Lee's Ferry. Make Page your base camp for day trips to Grand Canyon, Zion, and the Wave. Start planning your trip today at visitpageaz.com.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
That there are not a lot of tickets left for our 21st birthday private podcast party. They are selling very fast.
How do you get them?
You go to ESPNLA.com. There's a big banner there. Click on it. Tickets are $25. It's at Hollywood Park Casino. If you want to hear outrageous, never-before-told stories from me and John from over the years, this is the spot. All kinds of special guests and a really cool commemorative items. So go to ESPNLA.com and get your tickets now. And again, they're going really fast, probably going to sell out today. So get there and do it now. All right. So Ireland, every year they release the over-under
You know, I pride
totals.
myself in being very good at this game.
Yeah, you are an excellent guesser at this stuff.
All right. So what team you want me to try and tackle first?
Okay. Let's tackle OKC. The defending NBA champions.
I would say they are going to be number one on this list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say my gut is telling me 60. I think it's going to be a little higher than that. I'll go 61 for OKC.
I got to give you credit. 62.5. Like, you're all over that.
Yeah, if I get within 2, I should get credit.
Yeah. Oh, no question.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next?
It's a team that added Clint Capella and DFS and Kevin Durant, the Houston
They're gonna be
Rockets.
good.
They're going to be
good.
pretty damn good.
Last year they won, I think, 52, 53 games. They're going to be a little bit better. Give me 55 for Houston.
54.5.
Oh, almost got it.
Almost on the nose. All right. Let's do
Who's next?
the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay. Won 48 games 2 years ago. Won 50 last year. I think the conference got a little better.
Yep.
Denver got better. Houston got better. So I think it'll be less than 50. I don't know if they'll drop them all the way to 48, but that's where I'm feeling. Give me 48.
You're too good at this game. 47.5.
Wow. I'm coming very close to winning both shows.
Damn. Now, if I give you that number, are you leaning towards the over or the under on 47.5? I guess you're leaning on the over.
I would go over only because I think DeAndre Ayton's going to work. I know other people don't. But
hope he does.
Yeah, I would go. I think they're going to win around 48, 49 games.
Walrus, who's filling in today. Filling in. Now you're filling in.
I mean,
for our CHLA auction, what do you think? 47.5. Over, under?
I think it's going to be at least 48 wins. At least 48.
I think it's a 50-win team. Brian, what do you think?
I'm right there with you. I think 50, 51.
Yeah.
I think they'll be better than last year.
Had 50 last year, Laura?
I think I'll go 52.
Laura's going
By
on
the
the
way,
high side.
Mace,
Yes.
do you have the Clippers?
I do.
All right.
They just traded Norman Powell.
Right. But Kawhi got healthy at the end of the year.
Yes, he did.
They signed Brook Lopez. They're going to get Bradley Beal. What did I say for the Lakers? 48?
You said 48.
Give me 47 for the Clippers.
45 and a half.
All right. Close.
Now, here's what I think is interesting about this. You know, a lot of people are looking at the Lakers payroll situation and the Clippers payroll situation.
Right. And look at where it's going to be in a year or two. Probably in 2 years, they're both going to be basically have clean slates. Lakers will have Luka, but the Clippers may not have anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume the Lakers have Luka and Austin. I assume they're going to try to get something done with Austin.
Right.
But they both are going to be very clean in terms of their payroll. They're not going to have ugly contracts left. I think they're avoiding any contract that goes past 2027. The Clippers and Lakers might be competing for whoever that big superstar that springs loose in 27. It could come down to Clippers-Lakers because they will both have the salary cap space to do it.
Right. And who knows? It could be somebody like Jokic. I mean, you never know. Or
Giannis.
Giannis.
Yeah, one of those guys. Hey, do you have every team?
I do. I have virtually all the teams.
Okay. I'm very curious about the Celtics because they have no Jason Tatum. They traded Kristaps Porzingis. They gave up on Drew Holiday. I have them at about a 500 team. Maybe a little higher than that. 500 would be 41. Give me 42 for the Celtics.
Yeah, how about 43 and a half?
That was a lot.
By the way, they are victims of the second apron, too.
Very much.
I mean, they have two big stars that they're paying, Tatum and Brown. They had to move everybody else out. This is what's wrong with the second apron.
Think about this real quick, though, about the Lakers.
Yes, Walrus.
Luka's going to have a full training camp with this team.
Right.
You know, like we're judging last season with the guy coming in mid-season, also coming off of an injury.
Right.
He's going to come back healthy, lean, motivated. Ayton, motivated. You know, everybody's getting on LeBron James. Who knows? Maybe he decides to just crush it this year. But really, like, this is a team that's actually going to be able to plan for the season.
Right.
I think that has to be taken into consideration.
Yes.
Do you have Dallas?
I do have Dallas.
Okay, so Cooper Flag coming in.
Yep.
Kyrie hurt. They're another team that I have right around the 500. Matter of fact, I'll call them right at 500. Give me 41 on Dallas.
39 and a half. You're right there. By the way, did you see, I guess AD is having surgery for a detached retina.
I hope he's okay.
I hate when that
Great
happens,
guy.
a detached retina.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, look who's Morales
It's good to
back
be back.
on Live Imaging Tuesday.
Well,
we missed you.
I had to fill in for Cappy, who can't manage a calendar
at
this Cappy lunch. But you know where it was?
Where?
The new Javier's down the street.
Oh, is that right? How was it?
It was fine.
Javier.
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it reminds you of the Crystal Cove one and the Irvine one in the Century City.
Is it the same company that does the Crystal Cove one? I've been to
Well,
that
it's
one a lot.
Javier's, John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Javier's.
Well, there's a Javier's in Dallas, Chris, that's not affiliated
Really?
with that Javier's.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Big D Javier's Walrus was a different one?
Can't say I'm familiar.
Well,
no.
there you go. Now, by the way, I only had a salad so that you, me, and Cappy can eat pie today.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
I'm still excited to eat pie because the pie we're getting, delicious pie.
I have not eaten pie in a long time.
Very, very much looking
You want to
forward
watch us eat pie or you want to partake?
I unfortunately, I got a doctor's
Oh, that's
appointment.
right.
I got a doctor's note today.
Oh.
Remember when that was the thing when you were a kid?
I do.
And you
I
brought a
remember
doctor's
forging
note to
the
school?
doctor's note, too.
Forging doctor's
Yeah.
notes, yeah.
Mace, are you hanging out for the Windhorst interview, or
no,
do you got to
I
go?
can't.
Okay.
My appointment's at 2:45, so I'm out of here after this segment. I want to hit a couple things, though. Are we doing an after party for the 710 All-Star Friday night this week on Friday night?
If you'd like to, we can do it over there at the Sunset Room.
We did it at the Sunset
well,
Room.
remember,
It's really
I don't
fun.
partake as much as I used to.
Oh, that's
but I can
right.
still have a Coca-Cola and a hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, are we going to rally the troops and do an
gonna-
after party?
Let's do it.
That's
Why not?
where I met Dead Meow last year.
You met the Dead Meow.
I
You know
met Dead
Walrus. Do
Meow.
you know Dead Meow?
I am familiar with Dead Meow.
Yeah,
But I
he
think Dead
loves-
Meow.
He's a big Bergman guy.
These are all Betos people, though.
They are kind of
Beto Duran?
Yeah.
Or Beto and Whittier? Because that's a different guy.
Yeah,
Beto and
Beto
Whittier.
Duran.
So earlier, Beto told me, Beto Duran, to go into the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
And I created havoc.
Oh, God.
I did my shtick in the YouTube chat. There's some interesting people in
There
there.
are a lot of scumbags?
A lot of scumbags, but some nice people, too.
Now, I have been told, Morales, that tickets are selling fast for our 21st birthday private podcast party.
Didn't we know they would sell fast?
You never know.
You didn't think they would sell fast?
You never know. You know, maybe people got something going on that night.
ESPNLA.com. Click the logo. Join us at HPC Saturday, July 26th. About 5 o'clock, we're going to start with autographs, pictures.
Sure.
They get to press the flesh in private, which when I get to press the flesh with you, I always prefer it's in private.
Yeah, so do I.
May I see it, please?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the show around 7:30ish, and we'll just keep rolling.
Yeah, we're just going to roll.
As they said in Boogie Nights, John, it's digital. We just keep rolling.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to do.
Lots of special guests.
A lot of special guests.
And one of the coolest, commemorative items that I think I've ever seen.
It's actually, I want one made for my office because it's historic. You'll never be seen again.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
you
never
will get. You
before.
will get one.
Need to have those signature drinks like we were talking
Oh,
about.
right. And so.
Well, you want a dirty mace?
No, we're gonna. No, but I think tomorrow on the show we're gonna come up with our signature drinks for our
HPC
private podcast.
One for Mace, one
party.
for Ireland.
Yeah,
and then maybe a
none
mystery
for Morales.
No.
Oh, a mocktail.
No, I'll just
The
go
Morales
Coca-Cola.
mocktail.
Just Coca-Cola,
Just
baby.
Coca-Cola?
Or a nice soda water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all you're going with.
Listen, I don't need a mocktail.
Do you miss it all?
Not at all. I miss cigars,
for
though,
you.
desperately. So this was the first 4th of July that I didn't have a cigar in 25 years.
Is that right?
But yesterday, Jason Roberts, our great MC, came by my house and picked up my humidor. So it was tough to say goodbye.
Yeah.
And by the way, it
but
was
that's good to get it out of there.
Yeah,
Just
it was
so
a-
you won't be tempted.
it was a full humidor, so you got some good stuff.
Oh, what? I would have bought that from you.
A humidor?
Well, for
Are you a
Christian,
cigar
for the
smoker?
Laura,
No,
do you
for
like
Christian.
cigars?
I'll take one in when I
You
go
know who
traveling.
likes cigars, strangely? Kelsey Plum.
Oh,
the
she
Spark
has her
Who
own
knew?
brand.
Interesting.
She has her own brand. Yeah.
Walrus, you like cigars?
No, can't say I do.
You don't seem like a cigar guy.
I'm not a cigar guy either. I don't get it. You
Smell
don't
gets in the
inhale it.
beard too much, you know.
You're not supposed to inhale, right?
It's a vibe.
You're
Yeah,
supposed
it's
to
the
just
vibe.
like.
It relaxes you.
Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Because it's just like you. It's
But it's part of the
mouthfeel, right? It's
pageantry.
just like-
You cut it, you
Yeah.
light it, you have a cocktail with it. The
Actually,
accoutrement.
really sexy.
It is sexy.
I never thought about it because
No.
I didn't like smoking and all that. And Christian, thank God, doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. But the cigar thing, it's kind of got into
Sometimes I just look at myself in the mirror back in the day with the cigar in my mouth. I would get turned on.
I love the scene in the movie Rounders where they're, taking people out and there's
Yeah.
a cigar room where they all
That's
think
right.
they're hot stuff, right?
That's right.
Now,
Very
Mace, do you
good
like
movie.
the sound of this? Because we're doing live engineering.
I love it.
So you want to? Because I got compression on my mic.
I
you
am
just
al-
got AGC.
I'm also compressed.
Can we put some compression on his mic right now? Let's put some compression.
What
I want
about
to hear Mace a
compression
little
pants?
compressed.
Our engineers are working very hard right now to add compression.
Listen,
Around the clock.
if we have live imaging, why not live engineering?
Live engineering Wednesday.
Live everything.
Live imaging.
I love
Tuesday,
it.
Live engineering on Wednesday.
Just wait till the fall where we got to do some heavy construction around here.
What are we doing?
Well, we got to build some extra stuff.
Oh.
We got the compression on there now, John. Let me hear the compression.
Hello. Yeah, that's very.
You like that
compressed.
better, right?
Oh yeah, that's.
I can feel it more.
Nice warm.
It's heavy now.
Yeah, I feel you.
Deep timbre.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we might go compression across the board then.
So I am going to leave, but I'm telling you, Morales is still going.
I'm still going, but
Walrus is still going.
and John's got a lot of content though. He's got
John's-
like Brian Windhorst and all kinds of
yeah,
stuff.
Windhorst is coming
Yeah,
on.
Boyne is next.
Yeah, we may get some of the new Laker guys too before 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll
Ask
see.
Windy about. Well, I could say it, but Windy and I do a lot of Columbo talk sometimes when he
Oh,
comes
is that
in.
right?
But I won't.
Love
I don't want to
Columbo.
interrupt the Lakers free agency extravaganza.
No, exactly. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. These guys are going to keep on rolling. This is an ad for BetterHelp. So, in the workplace, you often find yourself under stress. And one of the top causes is declining mental health. 61% of the global workforce has experienced higher than normal levels of stress. So you can deal with it a couple of ways. You can, take a holiday, a vacation, but that's not a long-term solution. Ultimately, you need to find somebody to talk to. Somebody in your life, you've got to share what's going on, depression, anxiety, you're feeling stress at work, whatever that is. And on top of that, and I've been here, listen, I've been there with depression. I've been there with anxiety. It's real, and it does shut you down, and you need somebody to talk to. I've got a really good therapist. You should have a really good therapist. BetterHelp has got 30,000 therapists It's the world's largest online therapy platform. They've served over 5 million people globally. You want somebody to talk to? There's somebody there right now. Largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp, can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of experience. You can unwind from work and everything else with BetterHelp. Our listeners right now get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Remember, mental health is health. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the event of the summer.
Does Travis go deep? Travis goes deep! All-Star Friday night. Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
The 710 softball game. The listener game. The fun and frivolity. And what will Morales wear?
The summer event we all wait for.
Team Cappy versus Team Mace with the 710 Celebrity All-Star Softball game. Press the flesh with us. The West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by our friends at All Pro Plumbing. One call solves all. All Pro Plumbing.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710? The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, Mason and Ireland. Mace is out of here. He's going to the spine doctor, but we are amply covered because Brian Windhorst, the foremost authority on NBA, is joining us now. He's at the Las Vegas Summer League. And if you listen to the Hoop Collective like I do, I never miss the Hoop Collective. One of the things that we're going to tell you about is that on Saturday, this Saturday, July 12th, 6 o'clock at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at the MGM Grand, you can watch a live Hoop Collective. Brian Windhorst, Tim McMahon, Tim Bontemps, all together. You can purchase tickets at Eventbrite. Just search Hoop Collective Eventbrite, and you can see Wendy and the Hoop Collective live from Vegas, powered by ZipRecruiter. Wendy, thanks for doing this, man. How are you?
Right after the Laker game. I can't remember who they're playing on Saturday, but right after the Laker game.
Yeah, and you'll see, Brian, you probably already know this, but Vegas is like Lakers East. There'll be tons
I'm aware.
There'll be tons of Laker fans at that game, so just file out of the Laker game and walk over to the MGM Grand, and you can see the Hoop Collective. And by the way, if you don't listen to the Hoop Collective, it's great. The thing I like the most about it, Wendy, is that the three of you rarely agree on anything, and it makes for a great pot. Is that intentional? Do you guys go into that saying, all right, let's find some things we have different opinions, or did it just kind of evolve into that?
No, I mean, I've covered the league for 23 years. Tim McMahon has covered the league for like 20 years. Bontemps has covered the league for like 15. We all come from different perspectives. Bontemps is East Coast, McMahon is Texan, I'm from the Midwest. And we just, and the thing about it is we're all out in the field. Like, as we do it over the course of the season, a lot of times we're doing it from the arenas. Like there'll be a game we'll be talking about, and McMahon will be sitting down the hall from the locker room he was just in talking to Kyrie Irving, and Bontemps will, do it from being Philadelphia or be in Boston, and I'll be in LA. I mean, like, to do is we really are, even though it's an audio show, just like you, John, like you're out in the field at the games, what's going on. You're not just sitting in the studio. And that's not to say the people who sit in the studio don't have great perspectives too, but we're on the front lines, and that gives us a different perspective. And sometimes we argue. It happens.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, so speaking of arguing, settle a debate between Sedano and I. When the Lakers were trying to solve their center problem, there were 4 names out there: Brook Lopez, Clint Capella, Al Horford, DeAndre Ayton. Brian, if you would have said, Ireland, you can have one of those 4 to play center for the Lakers, I would have taken DeAndre Ayton. George thinks that I'm vastly overrating him. He said I would take DeAndre Ayton 4th on that list. I'd rather have any of the other 3 guys. Where would you fall in that debate?
Well, I wouldn't take him 4th. I would definitely not take him 4th. Lopez. So here's the thing. I think among those 3, Lopez is the best defender. Capella is, he just, maybe he'll have a resurgent year with the Rockets, but Capella, he had sort of the least impact of those guys last year. He was diminished as the season went along. Lopez would help the Lakers defensively the most, because if you're committed to playing a lineup with Luka and Austin Reeves out there, which the Lakers are, you really need some help on the back line, and Brook Lopez would defend the front of the rim. He has a Defensive Player of the Year. He is a certified, even at this age, rim defender. In terms of pairing with Luka, I could see how you could think Ayton would be a good pairing with Luka, because Ayton can rim run, Ayton can pick and roll to the basket. He's a more mobile, athletic center. So, I guess it depends. Like, you could create a case for both of them. Had the Lakers signed Brook Lopez, I would have said that is a great 1-year option, and they need to continue to look for a long-term option with Luka. I'm not 100% sure. I don't feel that way about Ayton, but I could see Ayton sticking a little bit longer because of his age and because of how he matches with Luka. I don't know. I know that's hedging, but that's how I see it.
Brian Windhorst is with us. Brian, how sure are you in your mind that Luka takes the extension from the Lakers in early August, which is the first time they can offer to him? Do you think it happens, or what do you think?
I see no reason why he wouldn't. There's so many reasons to invest yourself in the Lakers, from the brand, from the drawing card, from the new ownership, which I believe is going to supercharge this organization. You have to walk a line. You don't want to say anything negative about the Buss family because their track record is amazing, but there's no doubt that they are limited in ways that Mark Walter and his group will not be. And in all honesty, the Lakers selling is bad news for the rest of the league. I think people in the league will say, "Oh my God, they got $10 billion. My team it was great." I honestly think if you took a private poll amongst the owners, they would prefer the Lakers not be owned by people with endlessly deep pockets.
Right.
I do not think that is a good thing. And so a good thing for the competition elsewhere. So Luka has a lot of reason to believe in it. That said, he isn't super incentivized to do it right now because there's no extra money for him. And what you're basically signing away is your options. And, when you're a player like Luka, who is so talented, he doesn't have a risk profile. Even if, knock on wood, he would suffer some type of injury. It was kind of like with Kevin Durant when he had that terrible moment with the Achilles. There were still teams lined up down the block to sign him. Durant didn't have a risk profile. Luka doesn't have a risk profile. And so not having the incentive with the extra money, one of the things I'm sure he's going to look at is, well, where's the risk profile versus my optionality? I'm giving away optionality without having much risk. The reason that you would sign it is that you want to send a message to the Lakers and Mark Walter that we're in this together. I'm a Laker. I'm invested. Let's go to work together. And that's a meaningful thing. And that's the thing where you say, here's our partnership. Let's do it. Let's not have this year of uncertainty. Let's make this year a building block here. That's powerful. And there's a lot of teams that get in that position, and there's teams that you could say, I'm not sure I want to do that with. But with the Lakers, there's a lot of reason to do that. So I would lean towards his believing in starting that partnership and investing in that partnership and getting it off to a progressive movement forward. But I can't deny the fact that the actual deal doesn't have a huge number of advantages on its face.
We're talking to Brian Windhorst. Brian, last year the Lakers finished third in the West, but it was so tight that I think they were 2 games out of the 7. I mean, had they lost 2 other games, they would have finished 7th. Do you think, as currently constituted, the Lakers are a top 4 team in the West this season in 25-26? Do you think they could do that again?
I think it's Thunder, and then I think it's Nuggets and Rockets, and then I think there's like 6 teams in that third tier. And if you're asking me whether the Lakers could be at the top of that third tier, yes, I believe they can. Could the Lakers, if their moves work out and they get good health and Luka plays like an MVP, which he didn't really with the Lakers last year. He had moments where he played that way, but he was not the MVP level Luka that he was the year before. If Luka plays like an MVP, can they be in that second tier? Yes, I believe they can be. But do they have a huge margin for error? No, they do not. They do not have a huge margin for error with their depth. They don't have a huge margin for error with with the way the West is so tightly packed. But if Luka plays at the top of his game, he will lift the entire operation. We have been waiting for 3 years for Luka to win the MVP. If this is the year he wins it, they could finish second. Hell, they could get the number 1 seed. I mean, I still look at Oklahoma City and say they're the talent level favorite. But if Luka plays his top level, anything is possible. And that's, you can sit here and discuss, who their center should be, who should be their backup center. How are they going to defend on the wing? Where's LeBron going to be? But really, the differentiating factor on the Lakers' chances will be Luka. If Luka plays the way that we think, if he rises to the top of his game, they can win the whole thing. And that's why having a top-level player is so important and so vital. So, to me, the Lakers' entire offseason is getting that commitment from Luka, and their entire next season is what they get out of Luka. That's where this thing is going to turn.
Brian Windhorst is our guest. Hey, last thing for you. We've only had a few Summer League games. That California Classic went on. I know everything, all eyes on Vegas, where you're going to be. Anything surprise you in these early games so far?
Well, I would just say about the Summer League, I have a few rules after watching the league for 20-some years. One, being really good in Summer League is less relevant than being really bad. And, of course, there's outliers all over the place. This is not a hard and fast rule. But if you see a player really excelling, it's less of an indicator of him doing it at the next level than if he's really bad. There's been a lot of, especially rookies who come in and are really bad. You're like, wow, that's more of a project than we thought. The other thing is when you see a second-year player, you really want to see that second-year player dominate. And so I know Dalton Knecht is not off to the greatest start here. Now,
Right.
We will see how he goes. He's got more games. But you really want to see those second-year players. They should exact a huge differentiation between the first-year guys. You should really see them flex their muscles. You should see a second-year player. What you want to see is that guy play 3 games and, like, you know what, shut it down. You're ready to go. And so the guys who do that, that's an indication that they've taken the next step. So
all right,
there's going to be some of those or not.
Great stuff, Brian, and great to have you. And I encourage everybody to go to that live Hoop Collective podcast at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club right after the Laker game on Saturday night in Vegas. Brian, have fun with that, and thanks for doing this, man. Have a great time.
Thanks, John. We'll see you soon.
Okay, there's Brian Windhorst. And, by the way, Game of Games coming up in about 10 minutes. It's my game. And I don't know who's favored. It could go it could go either way, but let me first tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter and go to this website to use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So what are you waiting for? Like my buddy Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, says they don't leave anything to chance. And if you're hiring, you can use that website right now for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
It's the event of the summer.
Does Travis go deep? Travis goes deep! All-Star Friday night. Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
The 710 softball game. The listener game. The fun and frivolity. And what will Morales wear?
The summer event we all wait for.
Team Cappy versus Team Mace with the 710 Celebrity All-Star Softball Game. Press the flesh with us, the West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night is made possible by our friends at Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Nothing else.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Disney's Descendant Zombies Worlds Collide Tour. Live in concert. July 23rd at Crypto.com Arena. A one-of-a-kind live concert experience starring Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colley, and Makana Knife. Live on stage, singing all the hits from the movies. Tickets on sale now at DescendantZombiesLive.com.
Evan Cohen here. Typically, you don't associate speed with quality. For example, you don't go through a fast food drive-thru and expect a gourmet meal to go. Well, here's an exception. If you're hiring, you can find candidates fast who are also extremely qualified for your job. Just use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can proactively find qualified candidates in minutes. No wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
2:32 on a live imaging Tuesday. Mason and Ireland, Walrus and Encino is here. The winner of the CHLA experience, Lit for a Day, and you've seen it all. You just saw Greg Bergman having a panic attack, but then saying, no, this is how we're going to do it. And I said, you know what, Greg, it's your call.
Panic attack?
No, I don't know. I was trying to think of stuff. The mic is sounding better. The compression is fuller. You don't feel the compression?
Staying on his toes. That fair to say, Greg?
Yeah, sounds about right, but the headphones are just weird.
John Ireland, what's going on at the Idaho compound?
It's a good day. You'd be very happy here, Chris. It is 84 degrees.
Degrees.
heading to the golf course as soon as Super Crosstalk ends.
Oh, beautiful.
And it does not get dark here until 9:30 at night, which is the greatest perk
That's what
of
I've
being
heard.
in Idaho.
Now, is that ever weird that it's not getting dark till like 10 o'clock at night?
No, because you can stay outside, you can be on the boat, you can golf, you can do whatever you want until 9:30 at night.
How was 4th of July? Were you on the boat?
Beautiful. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, beautiful.
Do you ever
Yeah.
go and do like water skiing or?
Yeah, all of it.
So you do water skiing? Do
Yeah,
you do
well,
wakeboarding?
mostly people wakeboard now. Occasionally people ski. We have a couple of skis. Skiing's harder. Wakeboarding's easier.
Really?
Yeah, my niece is a really good wakeboarder, so we'll take her out, and I'll use it as an excuse to just go jump in the lake. But anything that could injure me for potential golf outings, I tend to stay away.
Oh, that's a really good call. But if I can be out there at some point, you let me go to the compound.
Yeah.
I want to go wakeboarding. It's been something I've
Well,
wanted to
we're
do
waiting-
my entire life.
No, I'm having an ESPN LA weekend, but we're waiting on you, Morales. I've been waiting on you for weeks to give
Morales?
me the green. Yeah, because Chris, originally we were going to do it in June, and then Chris, as you know, almost died.
2:34 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris, what is the latest on Cleared to Fly with you?
So the head cardiologist appointment was last week. Then I have a follow-up next Friday with the cardiologist that deals with like the medicine and all that little accoutrement. The head cardiologist, he just wanted to make sure the heart was working again. But he only had like 10, 15 minutes for me. He is a tall, beautiful man that like literally there wasn't a lot of time. Plus my mom's flirting with him. So we only had, and Stephanie was flirting with him too.
Proud of
Dr.
your mom.
Chen.
Proud of Stephanie. Both of them.
There was a limited
Well
time.
done, Steffa.
Dr. Sue next week, shouts out. He will be the one that I can
Boy
say.
named Sue?
Exactly.
Okay.
What's the flying capacity? Can I actually take Tylenol now? You know,
Yeah, all right.
Walrus,
Keep
can
me
I get
posted,
can I
would
get
you
crazy?
please?
You know, I got to keep an eye.
You're screwing up Bergman's holiday weekend at the Idaho compound.
You
all
seriously am. I've always
I don't know, Bergman,
legitimately
it
wanted to go.
Could be a tough
wakeboarding.
place for you. You know what I'm saying?
I know. If I go like about 20 minutes north.
All those we ran all those guys out of town in 1978.
All right.
Oh, good. Good.
And you know what the greatest thing was? So what they're talking about is in years and years ago, this place was a haven for white supremacists.
Perfect.
But they ran them all out, and the greatest part of that story is once they ran like the head ugly guy out of town, they used his compound as the training area for the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department. And they just burned everything to the ground, so it was great.
All right. Yeah,
But-
that can burn. That can go away.
Yes. Let me ask you guys this, because I think you're both in this boat. I'm going to play something from Alan Hahn, who he's like me in New York. He works on the Knicks broadcast. He does a show for ESPN New York. He was on Get Up the other day, and he is daring LeBron to demand a trade to the Knicks. Listen to this.
I dare him. I double dog dare him. If you really, really believe in all the words you're saying right there, the one place that you know you could go, all you have to do is say it. Sing it if you want, like Sinatra. New York, New York. If he does that, that's a gigantic narrative that you know he loves. They all love that. Like, they love being part of the story. And it's a place that you could say, if he comes here, there is a path to the NBA Finals. And let me remind everybody, this New York franchise, the Knicks, it's more than a half century since they won a championship. He has 4. He's not going to catch Michael Jordan with 6, right? But a lot of people think if you win one here, it's like equal to 2.
So there's Alan Hahn kind of begging LeBron to go to the Knicks. Now, I have said many times I don't want LeBron going anywhere. Selfishly, I like calling his games. I think he makes the games more fun. Greg, I'll start with you because I think you and Chris are the same way. I think you would root for that, wouldn't you?
No, I think we've gone through this before, John. This is a different world now. Once they traded AD, that was now it's Luka and LeBron. I don't need to see LeBron go anywhere. LeBron should be on this team. Now, if he does ask for a trade, maybe if he does. Alan Hahn should have asked him to triple dog dare him to put his tongue on a pole, a frozen pole, like in Christmas Story.
Sometimes you got to put a tongue on a pole.
You see Christmas Story?
Yes,
I triple dog dare you.
Walrus, you ever put your tongue on a pole?
Chris, are you rooting?
Can't say I have, sir.
Yeah.
Chris has.
Morales, are you rooting for LeBron to get out of town?
No, let's have the final year, the final goodbye tour. Why not? Him and Bronny embracing as Bronny celebrates scoring 6 points in a game, and LeBron.
That's a lot for him. That'd be great. You kidding?
And LeBron says, if we just had another player, we could win a championship. even though we know that's not true. Let's have it one more time. Why not?
Now, Chris, if they wait another year and they get Bryce and have Bryce and Bronny, how would you feel?
That's like 18 points a game. That's huge.
Exactly. It'd be the three-headed monster.
No,
Bring it on.
Let's do the final goodbye. Why not? Because maybe they can win a championship with the pieces. Let's say DeAndre Ayton works out and magic happens. Why not? And magic meaning magic, not literally the other magic. And then, boom, maybe they are in the Western Conference Finals. Maybe they make it to the NBA Finals. Let's give it one more hurrah. So why would I want to see him go? But let's make this the final year. Can we at least all agree upon that?
I think it's heading that way.
There we go.
I mean, I want to see how he plays. I mean, he was second-team All-NBA last year. I'm in no hurry to get out of the LeBron business. I think he makes the games more fun.
Well, he opted in, so that's normally not what he does. He usually opts out, does the 1-and-1, so that's not happening. So he's kind of thinking, is this my last year? He should absolutely stay on this team. He makes the team better. He is still a good, very, very good basketball player. Him and Luka together are a 1-2 punch that you just don't get a lot of. So when you can add in a guy like DeAndre Ayton, that, like to your point, can actually play a little bit of above the rim.
We just
got to
get him to show up to practice. That's all.
Well, as long as nothing's happening
speaking
outside,
of that,
where it's frozen.
okay. So coming up next, we're gonna try and play Game of Games, but we think, Greg, you know more about this than I do.
Yeah.
We think that the Lakers are going to give us Jake LaRavia and or DeAndre Ayton.
Jake LaGreca.
Both. They are supposed to give us both.
Bulls
So if they become available in the next 20 minutes, we'll opt out of Game of Games and talk to the Lakers. If not, Game of Games is, hey, Bergman, you want to play since Mason's in here?
Is Walrus going to play?
Walrus is in.
Walrus in.
It's Walrus, Bergman, Laura, Brian. It's my game, and we'll do it next, ESPN LA.
Now, tonight is a special night at East Central Hotel, my downtown home away from home. Let me tell you why. Not only will Cappy and I be staying there, which we often do every week, George Sedano is staying at East Central Hotel, the three-headed monster tonight. And by the way, all three of us, Sedano, Cap, and myself, we could all fit in one hotel room because they're the largest hotel rooms in downtown LA. The East Central Hotel, entertainment. And entertainment's official address. That's where I stay every week. EastCentralHotel.com. 213-748-1291. 213-748-1291. You tell them, listen, sucker, I want the Cappy penthouse. And then your whole world changes. It's a different type of downtown LA hotel. So whether you're coming here for a game, a convention, maybe a night out with your wife or your husband, and you say, listen, I don't want to get behind the wheel. Why would you want to do that? Not under the influence. You stay at the East Central Hotel, the biggest hotel rooms in downtown LA. You could have a party. How about the towels? As I always say, I use the middle towels for my privates. And then they got the big bath towels. They got the robes. They got the slippers. They got the accoutrement. They got a great gym, the Knicks Lounge. It is the place. East Central Hotel. Tell Robert Montez, the GM over there, that Cappy and Morales sent you. The East Central Hotel. Entertainment's official address.
It's the event of the summer. All-Star Friday night.
Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
With producer Jorge's home run, it is a final!
The summer event we all wait for. The 7-10 softball game. The listener game. And fun and frivolity.
Press the flesh with us, the West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by Children's Dental Fun Zone. At Children's Dental Fun Zone, we treat your kids as our own. Children's Dental Fun Zone.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5 happy hour with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium one beverage drink, like our zesty dragon fruit mango lemonade. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. Only at Waba Grill.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
And get ready for this Friday, July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Don't miss your chance to press a flush with all of us. Morales is excited to press a flush with you guys, all starting at 9 a.m. And don't miss live art by Dave Holbrook and a chance to meet sports legend Pedro Guerrero, starting at 3 p.m., all at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina, made possible by our friends at Legends Attic, the ultimate sport fans' dream destination.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
No Mace and Johnny I with the Game of Games in just a moment. But remember, this Friday, July 11th, party, all party. The West Covina Sportsplex. Join 710 all day long. Don't miss out on special activities like practicing your puck shots. Brian, you going to practice your puck shot, homeboy?
I'll take some shots.
Meet Bailey. I love Bailey. And special legend, he's going to appear, Daryl Evans, for our 710 All-Star Game. It's all happening at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina. Get your coolers ready for All-Star Friday night. Special thanks to our friends at the Kings. Johnny I, take it away with Game of Games.
All right, here we go. 4 players, Brian Cohen, Laura Romo, Greg Bergman, and Walrus, who was our sit-in winner for the Children's Hospital auction. Walrus, do you play Game of Games at home when you're not in studio?
I definitely listen along and try to play. Yeah, no
All right,
doubt about
so
it.
here's your chance. This is a variation of the old alumni game. I'll give you a famous person.
I loved this game.
3 possible colleges. You tell me where the famous person went to school. All right. Number 1, Jerry Rice is the NFL's all-time leader in touchdowns. Where did Jerry Rice go to college? A, Mississippi State, B, Jackson State, C, Mississippi Valley State. Brian, Mississippi State, Jackson State, or Mississippi Valley State?
Mississippi State.
Okay, Laura.
The Valley one.
Okay, Greg.
I don't know. I'll say Jackson State.
All right, Walrus.
I believe Laura's correct. I go C, Mississippi Valley State.
Walrus, you are on the board. He went to Mississippi Valley State, and Laura and Walrus have an early lead. All right, Laura, this one for you.
Okay, sir.
Where did our friend Andrew Siciliano go to college? A, Syracuse, B, Northwestern, C, Missouri. Syracuse, Northwestern, or Missouri, Laura?
I really don't know. And if he's listening, don't get mad. Syracuse?
Okay, Greg.
It's one of the two. I'm going to say Syracuse.
Okay, Walrus.
I'm going to go Northwestern. They got a really good journalism school there.
Brian?
Syracuse.
Syracuse is the right answer. So Laura has the lead. Greg, Walrus, and Brian all have one.
On
all
the
right,
board.
Greg, this one to you.
Okay.
Michael Strahan, host GMA, appears on Fox. Where did Strahan go to college? A, Texas Southern. B, North Texas State. C, Texas Tech. Texas Southern, North Texas State, Texas Tech. Greg.
Let's go North Texas.
Okay, Walrus.
I'm going to go Texas Southern.
All right, Brian.
Texas Southern.
Laura.
I'll go the other one, Texas Tech.
Texas Southern is the answer, and it is jammed up. Brian 2, Laura 2, Walrus 2, Greg has 1. Walrus, this one coming to you. Scottie Pippen has 6 rings and is in the Hall of Fame. Where did Scottie go to college? A, Arkansas State. B, Central Arkansas. C, North Arkansas State. Arkansas State, Central Arkansas, North Arkansas State. Walrus.
Oh, man, I knew it was an Arkansas school. All right, I'm going to go with Central Arkansas.
Okay, Brian.
North Arkansas.
Laura.
The first one, Arkansas.
Arkansas State. Greg.
Yeah, I'm with Arkansas State.
You should have gone with Walrus. Central
Dang.
Arkansas, and Walrus has taken the lead.
Wow,
All right, here
Walrus. Good for
Brian, where did Oprah Winfrey go to college? A, Tennessee State. B, University of Memphis. C, Clemson. Tennessee State, University of Memphis, or Clemson? Brian.
Tennessee State.
Laura.
University of Memphis.
Greg.
Memphis.
Walrus.
I'm going Memphis as well.
Tennessee State is the correct answer, and Brian has tied it. Brian 3, Walrus 3, Laura 2, Greg 1. All right, Laura.
I like the old version of this game better.
Where did Max Muncy go to college? A, TCU, B, Texas Tech, C, Baylor. TCU, Texas Tech, or Baylor? Laura.
I should know this, but I don't, so I'll go TCU.
TCU. Greg.
No, I don't know where any baseball player went. Baylor.
Walrus.
I'm going TCU.
Brian.
I think it is Baylor.
It is Baylor,
Hey.
and Brian has the lead. Brian 4, Walrus 3, Greg and Laura 2. I'll make Brian start going first. Brian, where did Rams backup QB Jimmy Garoppolo go to college? A, Northern Illinois. B, Eastern Illinois. C, Southern Illinois. Northern, Eastern, or Southern, Brian?
Eastern Illinois.
Laura.
Northern Illinois.
Greg.
Eastern.
Walrus.
I believe it's Eastern like Tony Romo.
It is Eastern. It's so Brian 5, Walrus 4, Greg 3, Laura 2.
How many left?
There are 1, 2 left. So Laura, you are out.
Yay.
Greg, you got to go opposite of Brian. All right?
Okay, got it.
Here we go. Well, Brian, where did Dodger announcer Joe Davis go to college?
Oh, I should know this.
A, Radford. B, Beloit. C, Fordham. Radford, Beloit, or Fordham? Brian.
Beloit.
Walrus.
My grandfather was a professor at Fordham. I'm going with Fordham.
Greg.
His stat guy, Rick Krajewski, is a friend of mine, and they were roommates together. It was Fordham, I think.
The answer is Beloit, and Brian Cohen is our winner.
Nice, Brian.
I'm
Brian,
out.
very pissed. All right, we'll finish it out just for fun.
Sure.
Where did Brooke Shields go to college? A, Dartmouth. B, Yale. C, Princeton. Brian, Dartmouth, Yale, or Princeton?
Dartmouth.
Laura.
Yale.
Brian. I'm sorry, Greg.
Dartmouth.
Walrus.
I'll just go with Princeton, I suppose.
It is Princeton, but Brian wins it 6-5. We'll do the tiebreaker just for fun. Everybody write down a number. USC holds the record for the most NFL draft picks among all universities. How many total draft picks has USC produced? Here's a hint. It's more than 200 and less than 1,000.
Oh,
all right? More than
parameters.
200, less than 1,000. Everybody write down a number. Brian, you got a number?
You don't want some wild number? Somebody would have gone like 3,000.
Like me.
All right. Brian, what's your number?
650.
Laura?
755.
Greg?
473.
Walrus?
651.
Greg Bergman is the closest, 523.
That wasn't too far off.
is the answer. 523. But Brian's the winner. Laura, what are the standings this month?
All right. So nobody's really in the lead here.
Like pulling away.
No, but you are winning. You have 2. Then we have Graham with 1, myself with 1, Jacob and Ronnie with 1, Mason with 1, and Brian with 1. But you did miss the proposal that the kids in the back had yesterday, Ireland. So
Which is what?
So they want all of the kids in the back
Mm-hmm.
to be counted as 1. So if Graham wins,
Fair.
Parker wins.
Yeah, sure.
So as of now, they still have 1 because of
Okay,
Graham.
no, but I like that. It gives them a fighting
Fighting
chance.
And they want to be called the kids in the back. They're not. They
No,
don't want
they-
different. No. They're saying no. We
They
don't want kids in the back.
they want the guys in the back.
Oh, the
or
guys
men
in the
back.
back.
They're getting the kids
men
in the back. Screw
What if there's
that.
a woman in there?
It's
You don't
the
want
kids
to.
in the back.
I got a name for him. How about the lucky to be there guys?
Yeah, kids in the back.
Just
your
happy
face.
to be here, guys.
Just your
Those
face.
types of things.
Hey, Bergman, do you miss Game of Games? I kind of
I
miss not
do.
having you because no one takes it as seriously as you do besides
we
me.
don't.
I feel like Mason has kind of tried to take the mantle from me, but it's not really working out that well. But yeah, I miss it. I'll come back anytime you want. I'm just in my office usually.
All right, yeah, we'll start getting you back in. Now, what's the story with the Dodger game? They play a little before 5 o'clock in Milwaukee, right?
Yes, they play in Milwaukee today, and it's Kershaw Day. Kershaw Day, has become the stopper once again. No matter how old he is, no matter how long he's been in the league, injured or not, he's still always the stopper for this team. So tonight is the day, although they are facing Mizorowski, who is just insane stuff.
I told you guys, and nobody believed me, that they were going to put Kershaw on the All-Star team. That was a very predictable thing.
Have you ever heard of a legend pick before?
Yeah,
They've done it before.
They did it.
I don't think know about any of it. Like,
No,
Cal
they
Ripken
did it.
be was he
Yeah,
a
they
legend
did
pick?
it 2 years ago. I think they did it with
Miguel Cabrera and I think Albert Pujols.
Right, both of them.
Same year.
And so if you got a
Great.
guy and you're pretty sure it's going to be his last year, then and he's a likely Hall of Famer. They've been doing this, and it's an all-star game. I have no issue with it. Matter
The
of
game
fact,
itself doesn't matter.
I would start Kershaw. I mean, if Skeens didn't start last year, I would start Skeens, but he started last year, so I would start Kershaw.
Yeah, no, I'm
Let
totally
him pitch
with
one
you.
inning and go with it that way.
Especially after the 3,000K. He deserves it.
Right. And he's got a good record, and he's pitching well.
Yes, sir.
All right, coming up next, Supercross Talk. Sedano and Cap back together, and they'll join us next, ESPN LA.
It's the event of the summer. All-Star Friday night.
Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex.
With producer Jorge's home run, it is a final! The summer event we all wait for. The 7-10 softball game. The listener game. And fun and frivolity.
Press the flesh with us, the West Covina Sportsplex. All-Star Friday night made possible by Islands Restaurant. Island by your local Paradise Islands Restaurant. The Jaime and Blanca Foundation. And we can't wait to press the flesh with Jaime Harim.
Do you really think you've experienced real sports excitement in your home? It's Mace here, and I'm here to tell you to get off your couch and get into Cosm. Cosm is the ultimate immersive fan experience. The Dome at Cosm, massive 87-foot wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall screens where you can watch multiple games at the same time. Incredible food, craft cocktails, beer available throughout Cosm. Go to Cosm.com to see all the sporting events coming up and now showing The Matrix at Cosm.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Hit it, Cappy. There he is, back in the saddle, Scott Kaplan. Cap, I haven't talked to you in a while. I assume you worked yesterday, but I haven't talked to you in over a week. How's life?
Life is good, Johnny I. Life is all good. I expressed yesterday that I have a very hard time taking vacations, and I have this tremendous guilt. But everybody walked me off the ledge.
Do you have guilt when you screw up your calendar and I have to go fill in for you at a lunch?
Yes.
Do you have guilt then?
Yes.
You scumbag.
So wait a minute, Cap. Are you in studio?
Yeah.
In the house.
But you were in L.A. and you forgot you had a lunch?
Negative. I was in South and didn't forget.
No, he mismanaged his calendar and I had to fill in for him at a partner lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, did you hear about this, George?
Okay.
Yeah.
I want George.
Where have you been, by the way? You didn't call me today to say hi.
What's your
Is
problem?
that a daily ritual?
Yeah, we usually talk on the phone once a day, even on the holidays.
What's the problem, George?
And the high holidays, too.
I thought you figured he was busy.
Oh, you see, me too.
Yeah.
You thought I was so busy you didn't show up for the lunch.
No, I thought you were hungry, and I thought you wanted to go eat, and then you would take my place.
I did.
How was it?
Well, I should get your endorsement fee since it was for Seller's Advantage.
Yeah, my man Damon, who's the president of
The
of
real
Sellers,
deal.
the real. Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
And you can't drive around L.A. without seeing billboards of Damon everywhere.
Right.
With Seller's Advantage.
Well, hey, Morales, let me ask you about something.
Yes.
It used to be that I did ads for Seller's Advantage and Cappy did it, and they cut me to go to Cappy. Now that Cappy blew off the lunch, do I have a chance to weasel back in there?
Possibly.
Okay,
Possibly.
work on that
You
for
probably
me,
would
will
have shown up for the lunch.
By the way,
unlike Cappy.
I also,
Or at least zoomed in from Idaho.
yeah.
Exactly.
From the compound.
And you guys missed me because Damon came over after the lunch.
Yeah.
Because we were going to do some recording of some spots together.
Yeah.
You know. And I was down on my knees groveling. Please don't go back to Ireland. Please keep me.
Right.
Please. And then I was begging him, like, can I be on the billboards with you? You know, like I was. What are you giving me a look for? That would be a cool thing to do.
I mean, sure.
What,
Why would he want you, though?
Well,
Cappy's a good-looking man.
Well, I just thought the two of us together would look great. I mean,
by the way, let me know how the mic sounds, George. We redid the processing.
It sounds pretty good, I think.
I added some compression.
It sounds a little digitally.
Yeah,
but
it's a little digital.
Well, you're both sounding very booming and resonant.
Oh, okay,
really?
good.
A booming system.
I like
Yes.
that. Because, George, when you and I had a billboard down here at LA Live of the two of
where
us.
you were pointing.
Right. And I would stand out there
Yeah.
and it would go ad. And then we would pop up.
Yeah.
And then I would wait, ad. And I'd watch it. I'd be like, look at us.
Yeah.
Look, there we are.
Yeah.
Right. And so me and Damon on a Seller's Advantage
Right.
billboard, that would be hot.
For you, yes. I don't understand the whole thing
Yeah,
for
what
him,
would the
though.
advantage be for Damon?
What would the advantage be for Seller's Advantage?
I think that the advantage would be people would look and they'd go, oh, look, there's Damon. And who's that guy?
Right.
And then when people go, oh, that's Cap, they go, oh, the guy who talks about him on the radio all the time.
Right.
I'm giving not just an endorsement. I'm showing you I love this guy.
As usual, you're trying to hey king yourself into a billboard.
Correct.
So much so that you didn't show up for the lunch.
Didn't show up for the lunch.
Okay, but I just want to say one thing.
I mean, we just talked about this yesterday where, know the calendar, bro.
Him and I literally talked about this yesterday. We went over the calendar. Then
That's
today,
worse.
Tommy Lamb is looking for me. And not in a friendship way. I can see on his face.
Oh.
He was coming for you?
When Tommy's
He's
got the
ready to kill.
When Tommy's got the diarrhea face.
Shouts out to you, Tommy.
Shouts out, exactly.
The diarrhea face.
He had the diarrhea face, and he goes, so no Cappy. I go, what are you talking about? Cappy not coming to lunch. He texted us. I go, well, he didn't include me on the text. He goes, seems like we've got a problem. Need you for the lunch. Then Samantha Lloyd says, no Cappy for the lunch. And that got into a conversation about all the other things you missed, which I don't even want to get into that.
Okay.
So then I had to fill in. So while Walrus and Encino, who won the lit experience, by the way, George Walrus.
Looks like Kenny Rogers.
He does. He's got the Kenny Rogers, Michael McDonald. He's a Hebraic brother.
There is a little Kenny Rogers. If we could gray him out a little bit, he'd really
young
be Kenny Rogers. Yeah,
well, Walrus, I wish you had Kenny Rogers' bank account.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Or the Roasters.
Right, the Roasters were great.
I love the Roasters.
Kenny Rogers restaurants were very good.
He's got to have a little money. He did the Clinton Yates experience this morning and then the full lit experience.
Wow.
Yeah, he went CY.
And you're a teacher?
Beautiful.
Yep.
What time did you show up?
Yeah, a little bit. What's that?
Okay, well, there you go. That explains everything.
What time did you show up today, Walrus?
Like 6:15.
Oh, wow.
Because he was here earlier than Clinton.
Because Chris, he was on the train this morning at 5:38 a.m.
I saw Chris walk in.
Oh, really?
Oh, you did? You didn't say hello?
Well, I was going to make you a surprise.
Okay,
you are two very handsome, bearded men.
Appreciate it.
Like, seriously, those beards together, those are hot.
Speaking of group action, you know what's happening at East Central tonight? The first ever.
That transition was spectacular.
The first ever Cappy, Morales, Sedano at East Central Hotel.
Wow.
Why Sedano?
Well, because we have the dinner tonight, the Sedano and Cap dinner at Fleming's. With the CHLA winner there.
Armin.
So I figured, there's probably going to be a bottle of wine involved, so I didn't want to
Good
have
for
to do
you.
the drive.
Yeah.
Very
And I
smart.
got TV tomorrow morning, so it's fine.
Now, here's the thing. All three of us can fit in one hotel room, the biggest hotel rooms in downtown L.A.
Yeah.
I will show you the middle towels that I use on my privates.
Yeah.
Amazing towels.
Oh, the middle towel.
The middle
Not
towel.
the hand towel?
No,
the
the
hand towel is a small one. The
That's
middle
very
one,
small,
right.
even for me.
Yeah, but he's going to call dibs on the middle towels.
Right.
So that he can do whatever it is that he does.
Wait a minute,
with the
Well,
middle
three
towels.
of you, they only gave you one room for the three of you?
Didn't need that description, to
No,
be honest with you.
not at all.
John, be lucky you weren't here for that. That just transpired.
I was in the gym.
Really impressive stretching, by the way.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
good.
I'm a
right,
lighter man
Wallace?
now.
Yeah, I was in the gym a couple weeks ago, and there's this one dude, and this is like after a workout, and this guy's like showered up and everything, and he's walking around.
And he go
the locker
towelless,
room,
right?
Like, towelless.
That's
Like,
what I do.
And I'm like, hey pal, just cover it up a little bit if you don't mind.
I
right?
hold the towel
For the
in my
rest of
hand.
us.
For the rest of us, right? And so, but he doesn't, and he's a super hairy dude. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating.
So he's got like his own towel, basically.
He's got a full blown sweater.
Yeah.
The front, the back. I mean, this guy's a gorilla, bro. I mean, this guy is totally hairy. Like when he puts on his shirt, it's popping out of the shirt.
Yeah.
It's popping out of the back by his neck, and he's hairy the whole body.
Yeah.
So what does he do after the shower and he dries himself off?
Air dry.
He goes over to the hair dryers, right? The blow dryers.
Oh, and he blow dries his chest and
he-
back.
Oh,
Worse,
that's a lot.
worse.
Hey,
Sticks
if you
his
need-
foot
if you
up
have
on the
it, you need
table.
to dry it.
Right. Sticks his foot up on the table, just like Chris just did.
Yeah.
Takes the blow dryer
Oh.
and now going back door.
Well, you
Oh yeah, right. Clean, drying the whole
scratch.
Right, exactly, the whole undercarriage, right? And I'm looking at this guy going, "Hey, bro,
God, I missed you, Cappy. I
God,
did miss
hey,
you.
bro, come on, bro." Because when I walk around naked in the locker room, I think people probably look at me also. They're like, "What are you, a porn star? What is that?"
I'm sure that's exactly what goes through their mind.
Well, no, the manscaping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
"Look at that landing
What are you,
strip."
Dirk Diggler?
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, just like a little bacon strip. You know what I'm saying? You feel me on that? But I don't use the hair dryer.
So can I be very honest about
Please,
something?
Go ahead.
Two things when it comes to that. Since I left the hospital, I haven't manscaped.
Have not.
So it's looking
bro.
like a
It's
Vietnam forest.
It's like the wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a rainforest.
Why don't you do something with that? I gave you that great
I know.
package a couple years ago, the clippers
Yeah.
and the whole thing.
I just haven't felt like it, but
Okay.
I need to do something.
Yeah.
It's the summer now.
Right.
Second thing, I haven't gone a back wax in quite a while, and I usually wax my back.
Okay.
That's got to hurt.
Stephanie says, I don't want you to wax it.
She
I
likes
like it.
Oh, she
Well,
likes
hey,
that.
If she likes it,
then
then
don't
what do you
wax
care?
it.
It's freaking hot.
No.
A lot of hair back there.
You wear a
Would you-
cooling towel.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to a back waxing here in studio?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I've got the great Mary Wynn in Fullerton does all my waxing.
Well,
It'd
could
be
we
like
get her
that
up here?
scene in Hitch where Kevin James
Right.
goes on the table.
Or
and-
40-year-old
Yep.
virgin.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Good one,
Yeah.
John. It's a great scene.
Yeah. Hey, Sedano, when do you head to Summer League?
So I'm going the middle. I'm not. I'm leaving Tuesday night.
Okay.
Wait, when is the softball game?
Friday.
You guys are
You
sure
have that
about
on the
that?
calendar.
I don't know if I do or not. Are you
Write
guys
it down
sure?
right now.
Pedro
about
Guerrero's
that?
going to be
Put
there.
it on the calendar.
Okay, I got to make
Did
sure
you
I
know
got it on
that?
my
Pedro
calendar.
Guerrero's
And an
going to be there
alarm.
signing autographs.
I got to meet Pedro Guerrero in person. I
Yeah.
got a couple of
You're
questions
gonna
for him.
on Friday.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for him.
You do?
Yeah.
Like what?
I can't tell you.
Not on the air?
No,
You're
no,
just
no.
gonna ask him off
These
the
are
air?
going to be like off-air questions. I'm like,
Oh.
Pedro, I heard, and then I'm going to ask him, and then he's going to tell me.
Okay.
If like what I've heard is true.
Okay.
You know, like urban legendy kind of
All
stuff.
right, sounds good.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Johnny when are we all coming to the Idaho compound?
Well, it's all. We were just talking about this before you walked in. It's all been delayed by Morales.
My heart. Sorry.
But
I thought you were
originally,
good.
You can't get on planes?
yeah, he can't
Well,
travel.
That's but I'll find out next Friday when I meet with the other cardiologist,
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Sue.
There you go.
What if you and Cappy carpool up there?
Ooh, that's,
That's
a long
No,
drive.
no, that's not a bad idea.
And by the way,
just fly to Spokane and I'll come get you.
yeah, part of that drive,
2-day trip.
a guy
Have an
named
overnight.
Kaplan and a guy named Morales. That's not good for us
You
if
don't
we get
think
pulled
so?
over.
Once we get into Coeur d'Alene, really? You're like, hey, who are these two?
Oh, they know.
Who invited them?
Exactly.
Come on, how
No,
long
no.
of a drive would it be? 13, 14 hours?
No, it's more like 18.
Oh,
You got to drive through the mountains, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I did was I went through Bend. I drove up,
Love Bend.
cut over from which is a great town, and then I drove to Bend. That took about 12, and then I needed about 7 more to get here.
Yeah. Oh, freaking Bend
By
is
the way,
awesome.
are you going to eat some pie? We got pie coming up.
Maybe.
Because part of the walrus thing was he gets to eat pie with Cappy.
Oh,
and I.
that's nice.
But if you want to watch
Where'd you
Sedano
get
eat
the pie?
from Emmy downstairs, because now I can have one slice of pie safely.
Yeah.
You know they got that new pizza place downstairs here
That's
at LA
the place
Live.
I just
Well,
said.
called
Emmy.
Yeah,
I know,
I
but-
mean, it's at the corner where Larry's used to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're bringing me a Caesar
Oh,
salad.
really? There was
too.
a Lowry's there?
Yeah,
Oh,
way
forever.
back
How
when.
long ago?
Mario and I used to eat
For a
lunch there
long
every
time.
day.
God,
Yeah, great turkey sandwich. Like,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
yeah?
real
Carvery.
sliced
Carvery.
Oh, it
turkey.
wasn't like the Lowry's in Beverly Hills,
No.
like where they.
No,
they
no,
get-
it was like just like a
Like
lunch
a
spot.
small one.
It was
Okay,
a Carvery.
yeah. So this
hey,
isn't-
let's go get some prime rib dip.
Hey, let's get some corn. That's what do they call it? With the milk and everything. With the,
Let's
the-
get some cream corn.
Let's get some cream corn.
Hey, it's Hello Kitty night.
Cream of Cappy.
Let's get some cream of Cappy going. I like that idea.
Cream of
Walrus.
Cappy?
Yeah, why not?
Scott!
Walrus's idea.
All about the alliteration in my
Right.
in my home.
So did
Are
I
you an
not
English
tell you
teacher?
Walrus, did I not tell you George's skin is amazing in person? Look at that skin.
Look at that. Look at that skin.
Cuban,
I
beautiful
expected nothing
charm.
less.
Really?
There you go.
Hairless. Beautiful man.
Yeah.
No, I mean, a little hair.
No, I mean, smooth.
Yeah.
So I was just told, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I
Another
was just,
calendar mishap?
No, I was just told by Laura the Queen. I was just told that
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton is going to join us
Oh,
today.
that'd be great because I have
Yeah,
a lot of questions
and
for
you
him.
might get Jake LaRavia too.
Oh,
Cappy's
Jake
guy.
LaGreca.
Jake LaRavia. I love Jake LaRavia.
Who is Jake LaGreca?
I made it up. It's like Don LaGreca mixed with Jake.
The Raging
Ariel.
Bull.
Yeah, Jake LaRavia. Yeah, we'll get him on too.
Yeah.
And so what are you going to ask? Let me ask you.
Well, we gotta soften him up to then ask
right.
him like, "Hey, man, a lot of people questioning your desire.
Hey, man.
like, what's up with that?
Yeah, right.
Some
Did
variation.
you just
of
go
that.
Sammy Davis Jr. on us? Cap?
That's right.
We
'cause
do a very good Sammy Davis around here.
Anytime somebody says, "Hey, man," we reply with, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
So wait, is DeAndre Ayton calling into the show today from the Bahamas?
No,
he did the press
he's
conference,
doing
didn't he?
media
Okay.
at the
El
practice
Segundo.
facility,
Well,
and
only-
as soon as he's done with all that stuff, he's calling you guys.
Okay, because I saw.
I mean,
his
I'm sure he's
Instagram.
already been asked about these kinds of questions that we're going to ask him anyway, so he's probably just going to roll his eyes and answer them for a second time.
I have a
You
quick
gotta
question.
ask him if you think he knows who Michael Thompson is.
Probably not.
No, he's got to
I
know
say he
Michael
does.
Thompson. He's the most he was the original Bahamian.
Yeah, but I don't. Maybe.
There's a
maybe.
Michael Thompson Boulevard right outside the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe. Go ahead,
I have a
Walrus. You got a
question,
question.
though. So George, I'm assuming you're going to be effectively like the prosecutor in this interview.
Well,
Can I be his defense attorney?
I don't think prosecuting is the exact way to do it because it's the guy's first day here. But what I would say is I will ask him a few of the questions that I think people want answered. Like when coaches, players alike that have played with him or coached him all question his desire, I think that's a valid question to ask.
I do too. I thought you were going to stick that one on me.
No, why would I stick that on you?
Well, because I just figured that you would be kind of like, and very NBA friendly, very post-game interview friendly. And then I would be like, hey, DeAndre, I hear that you don't really love the game and you got no heart. I thought that was kind of like what you were
Probably
going to
wasn't
say.
going to ask it that way.
Yeah, right.
That's
yeah,
the first
right.
question.
Yeah.
Started off nice.
Yeah.
Let's start off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to ask those questions because they're legit concerns that everyone around the sport has about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, but don't you guys think? I mean, every once in a while you got to play to save your career, and he's in that situation.
I don't
now.
think there's any question. I mean, you go from being bought out for $36 million from a team that literally told you to go away after drafting 2 straight centers back-to-back years. Yeah, that's probably a sign that this is the year for you to actually play up to your contract.
All
or
right.
for a new one, at
Or
least.
show up to practice at least.
Yeah, well, hey, he hasn't missed anything.
Yet.
Be nice.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, one thing we don't have to
Listen,
worry about.
just get him a house in El Segundo or Manhattan Beach, and he'll be fine.
Hey, and the other thing is we don't have to worry about any ice storms keeping him from any games.
Yeah. Get the Seller's Advantage people to get him a place in Manhattan Beach.
Hey, Damon, I'm really sorry. I missed the lunch, Damon, but can we at least get DeAndre in the house?
As a client. Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's all coming next. Sedano and Cap, ESPN LA.
It's the event